trying to do more for the soul, way less for the bread. Yes sir, I take pack to the lung, kill the stress to the head. I see the things that they do way less than they say. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Can't be a real nigga, might get you canceled. Fuck the whole system, need the shit dismantled. Coppers treat a nigga like the utmost wanted. Tryna rule the block, but don't know what goes on it. News got a story with a new take on me. Carrying out the window with the screw face on me. But I know that God love me when my blunt burn. 95 degrees and I can't get sunburn. Wonder when your government don't make me legal. Burn the whole city if I can't be equal. Get off my dick, please, Brad, I earn that. 400 years, how you still ain't learned? I take pack to the lung, kill the stress to the head. I'm tryna do more for the soul, way less for the bread. Yes sir, I take pack to the lung, kill the stress to the head. I see the things that they do way less than they say. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real.
We are live. We are live, of course, right now. So time has been flying, brother. I'm glad to have you here. Once again, we're going to chop it up. We're going to freestyle it as always, and it's going to be a great conversation. Man, it's so much that has been happening in the world that we're basically backed up on conversation, man. If something would happen, a little time go by, we would start talking and get some things out the way, certain levels of understanding. But right now, man, it's like within the last 6 months alone, and it's been longer than that since you've been on, so much has happening. How are you doing tonight, brother?
Man, I'm good, man. How you been?
Oh, good, man. You know, I'm always keeping busy, always keep myself busy, always dangling another carrot in front of my face that when the other carrot I catch, another 2 or 3 in front of me. So I always keep something in front of me to keep the motivation going, to keep the days fresh. And that's just how I do it, man. I don't have time to worry about anything. I ain't got time to worry about, oh, I'm getting older. We all getting older. But the thing is, every day I go to sleep, I have to make sure that I got something accomplished to go toward a goal. And that just, you know, makes me feel happy. That's the only way I can feel happy. You know what I mean? But
right.
I'm good, man. It's good to hear your voice. And I know we're going to have a lot of good stuff to say. Let me ask you, man, what are the first and foremost things on your mind as you see the different things happening across the world, where the threat of economic collapse, the threat of these worldwide pandemics, and telling you pandemics are going to start like a party, man. Like, you know, Bill Gates might as well just go out to the corner or stick those little flyers under the windshield wipers of the club, you know, like in 2 years, we're going to have a big pandemic. Please, you know,
right.
That's my U.S. shooting down things and Chinese balloons and Taiwan and China and Russia and Ukraine and India and Pakistan. They almost got into a nuclear thing and never told the world about it. They kept it quiet. There's so much stuff, man, but it's like a bunch of layers, man. It's like if you listen and absorb all this stuff, man, you'll make yourself old and have a nervous breakdown. That's why you can't worry. You show concern, but you don't. How do you feel about all of these things, man? What do you see?
It's all military strategy. All warfare is not physical, right? They train us that warfare has to be when someone hits you with combat, but no, some of the deadliest warfare is psychological warfare. So how they do it, they bombard you mentally and psychologically, where it overwhelms you with so much to process that now you can't function because they're hitting you over here, they're hitting you over there, and you don't know where to really look. You know what I'm saying? But that's a strategy, yeah, and it overwhelms. Because even if you was in a physical fight, if a person has you overwhelmed, you can't think. How can you defend, and how can you effectively strike? You know what I'm saying? If you're out of it. So that's basically cut the fan off. Hold on. Yeah, that's basically what it is. And they've been using this warfare for a while. They have something called psychological operations. Now, people call it PSYOP for short. So people say PSYOP, but you can look it up. Look up the word psychological operation. It is a form of warfare they have mastered to basically set things up to basically disarm you. You know what I'm saying? To get you thrown off. It's called misdirection. It's called misdirection. Now, in magic or in an illusion show where they have the illusionist, that's the magician's. That's their biggest process to do an illusion is called misdirection. So they say, "Hey, look over here." Boom. They throw some smoke over there. Boom. Then they switch their hand in their right pocket real fast, and they pull out a bird. And then everybody goes, "Oh, wow," you know what I'm saying? Or to get you to look at wherever it is. So that's basically what's going on with that. And that's why you got to be careful watching the news, because most of that stuff, they're not talking about the important things. They're talking about what they want you to focus on. They're telling you, look over here and look at this celebrity and look at what happened. They're doing something over there with the other hand. You see what I'm saying? And you're not looking at it. So, but yeah, that's basically what it's been, psychological warfare. Now, as far as, I mean, we had the pandemic and all that. Man, it's so much stuff like you were saying. It's just layered, just compacted. But yeah, they're trying to take us out because their population, and when I talk them, I'm talking about the demographics of white people. They're at a negative birth rate right now. So they understand that they're at the end zone, or they're in the danger zone of reproduction. So they're trying to sterilize women through vaccinations. And Bill Gates even said it before they do it. What's so crazy is they always say what they're going to do before they do it. So then it's not like later they be held accountable, because they're saying, look, we told you. We told you we was going to do this. We told you we was going to poison the food. We told you we was going to try to sterilize you, reduce the population through vaccines. That's what Bill Gates said. So they just, that it's fourth quarter because of how they're blitzing. You see what I'm saying? They're just putting everything at the same time because they know we're crossing the next stage. But yeah, it's basically been an attack on our minds. After 2020, a lot of people couldn't even get their heads back together, but it woke a lot of people up too. So that's the other side of it. It's a lot of people that, if it wasn't for 2020, where they had that little small break, like in the movie Get Out, when you flashed that light for that half a second, and the guy woke up. I don't know if y'all seen that movie, but you flashed that light for just that little half a second, it woke him up, and he's like, "Oh, get out, get out." That's kind of what happened in 2020. People were like, "Yo, you know what? I don't have to go to work. I can work at home." And a lot of people didn't go back to work. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's so many things at the same time, man. They're just they're blitzing. So like I said, based on your moves, if this was poker, based on your moves, I know if you're doing all of these extreme things, you either gotta really like your hand must be trash because you taking extreme like you got a straight face, but you somebody's in trouble. You know what I'm saying? They know that it's not gonna ever return to how it used to be. The knowledge is out here now. We enter into the age of Aquarius, so we're not going back to where people don't know. You know, we in the age of knowing, and then that means everything's being uncovered. So how can you hide when the season is like everything being uncovered? You know, age of Pisces, which we at the very tail end of, when you could hide and cover. You know what I'm saying? And keep everything hidden. So now everything's just opening up, and it's a big issue. So, but yeah, I recommend don't look at the news. It's just gonna try to overwhelm you, basically. You know what I'm saying? Keep you focused on some BS that they put on there because I was saying, why? This is the question you must ask yourself when it's the news. Why would they zone in on one particular issue, like with the whole thing with the police officers in Memphis? That was a ritual. That was a straight ritual. They was talking about the brothers versus the brothers, and they did that with the Super Bowl. And I predicted the Super Bowl a whole month before it happened, specifically a week before it happened. And I told everybody who wanted to know who's going to win, because I could tell you who's going to win every Super Bowl. By the way, I've done that for the last 5 years because I don't really watch sports. Yeah, but I told everybody it was going to be the Chiefs. I told everybody it was going to be the Chiefs, and people won money. It was good. It was cool. But because it's the biggest ritual of the year, they do that once a year. It's the biggest ritual, Super Bowl on Sunday. But that whole thing was lined up. The whole Super Bowl, I could go into that, but that whole thing of them zooming in on the police officers who jumped the one guy, right? And they're all brothers, right? They all black, but they 5, 6, 7, 8 on one. That was a ritual. That's why they zoomed in on that. You know what I'm saying? Then the Super Bowl had the two brothers as quarterbacks, right, fighting each other. And then you had the two supposed to be biological brothers, white boys, the Kels brothers. They was on the team. It's a ritual. They were in a straight ritual, and it had to do with Abraham Lincoln. Had to do with them killing Abraham Lincoln because they dissed Abraham Lincoln. They dissed Abraham Lincoln. The Super Bowl was on Abraham Lincoln's birthday, which is, February 12th, right? That's Abraham's birthday, and they assassinated Abraham Lincoln with a bullet to the head. So this is how I was able to know who's going to win the Super Bowl, because the two logos, is the biggest thing they show, right? The biggest thing, bigger than the players and everything, is the logos. The logos show the Chiefs, it's an arrowhead. The Eagles, is an eagle head. And you know the eagle represents the president or the United States, right? So it was about, they just ran the whole ritual. They did the same thing. They had Cam Newton and the Panthers against, what was it, the White Horse. And who was that? What team was that? The, not the Colts, that was some years ago. I'm trying to remember. What's the name of that team? Broncos. Versus the Panthers, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, that was a ritual. They had Cam Newton, which represents Huey P. Newton. You had Newton in the Black Panthers, right? So they had Cam Newton in the Carolina Panthers. And then, they have a Black Panthers logo versus the White Horse, the Broncos. See what I'm saying? And they did a whole ritual. They even had on the halftime, they had Beyonce come out in Black Panther gear. right? And they even put fists up and everything during halftime. And then they sacrificed the Black Panther. They always kill the Black Panther. These are symbols. That's what I'm saying. The symbols, Confucius says signs and symbols rule the world, not words or laws. So that's actually a key right there, because they're saying the biggest thing that happens on this dimension is symbols, signs and symbols. If you understand symbology, you understand numbers and frequency, you know what's going to play out before. Just like we know how the seasons are going to go, we know about the constellations and all of that, because it's mathematically already set up. So once you understand on that level, you can predict and know what's going to happen. But yeah, the Super Bowl is always a ritual. Understand it. The Super Bowl is always a ritual. And there's so much into that. But yeah, that was about Abraham Lincoln and how they shot Abraham Lincoln back of the head because they dissed Abraham Lincoln, because they feel like he had to do with the freeing of Black people. I'm talking about his movement, whether he wanted it or not. That's what they remember him for, and they diss him. So you can take your coins right now. If you got a penny, a nickel, dime, and quarter, and you can set them on a table, and you will see Abraham Lincoln. He's facing against the other presidents on the coins. His head is going against their direction. They're all facing the left. He's facing the right.
I always wondered that. That's true. Why would they? Why don't they face the same way? That's what I was thinking when I was a kid.
Because they see him as against that movement, against the white movement. That's why his coin is copper and it's dirty, right? Like for instance, and the rest of them are silver, representing white. So a person could see a penny on the ground, they won't even pick it up. Oh, that's just a penny. But if it's a nickel, a quarter, like, oh wait, hold on, that's a quarter. Let me pick that up. So that was a way to diss him. You know what I'm saying? It's because why isn't the penny silver? This is what I'm saying. They diss him because they're saying you have to do the advancement of the copper or the colored people. You see what I'm saying? Which is against their movement, the emancipation. So then they did a movie. And I watched the movie, but I was wondering why Will Smith did this movie called Emancipation. It came out at the end of last year. It's called Emancipation. And so if you look at Will Smith, he has his beard, and the way that he looks in that movie is symbolizing Abraham Lincoln. And it's called Emancipation because Abraham Lincoln had the Emancipation Proclamation. I said, oh, so that's tying into the Super Bowl again. And then I looked at the movie. The duration of the movie is 2 hours and 12 minutes. And I told you, Abraham Lincoln was born 2/12. You think that's an accident? Wow. You know what I'm saying? And then the Super Bowl on 2/12. And then they had the guy to sing the national anthem on the Super Bowl. His name was Chris Stapleton. Chris Stapleton's birthday is on the assassination date, or the date of Abraham Lincoln's death, on the 15th of April. Come on. And they would pick him to sing the anthem. Then they had the halftime. They had Rihanna. They were telling you what team was going to win. Rihanna was wearing red, and they had the white, red and white, which is the Chiefs. So I'm saying this stuff, if you know how to look at the symbols, that's one game a year that you already, that's easy money. That's easy money because they got to play the ritual out. But yeah, Abraham Lincoln, check this out. Check this out about Abraham Lincoln. Because I know it's people that be like, well, how are you coming up with this? They do symbolism. Listen, Abraham Lincoln died on the 15th, right? What coin is Abraham Lincoln on? Currency wise. He's on the penny, right? You know what bill Abraham Lincoln is on? He's on the $5 bill. Abraham Lincoln's on the $5 bill. He's on the $1 sent. So he died on the 1 and the 5, bro. Abraham Lincoln died on the 1 and the 5. He died on the 15th, 1 and the 5. This is not an accident. You see what I'm saying? And they diss him because they say he was watching a show at a theater, right? And that he got shot in the back of the head while he was watching the show. Okay, they got the Lincoln Memorial. If you go to the Lincoln Memorial, there's people go there and take pictures and whatever, and they think that that's honoring Abraham Lincoln. That's mocking Abraham Lincoln. And why is that? If you look at how it's set up, they got him sitting in a chair. The Lincoln Memorial, he's sitting in a chair. So when I looked at it, I said, wait a minute. I said, that's not a throne. He's not a king. It's not a. And I looked closer at the chair. It's a theater chair, bro. It's a theater chair. So they're mocking him, and then they even got him the way they did the monument. His face is like he's like captivated by something, like he's looking at something. He's like watching something. So it's mockery because they're literally saying this is how you looked before you died. You was sitting in a chair. It's deep, but anyway, they diss Abraham. So that's what the Super Bowl is about. And you had the arrowheads come from behind to win at the end. And I even predicted that. I said they'd make it look like the Eagles are going to win. Then they're going to come back from behind because he got killed. He got shot from behind. And take it. And they actually won with a shot. Because they kicked the ball through the goal. That's a shot. It's that, I'm telling you, it's that calculated. And I wish I could, like some of my family members, I told them this a whole week ahead. You know what I'm saying? I called everything.
Let me ask you something. It's weird that every year, I mean, like the Super Bowl, the spells and these rituals. I mean, okay, to what end? I mean, to what end? If the masses of the people don't know what these little symbolisms mean, like, why are they doing them over and over when you don't know? And to what end? What is the end game for all of this? You see, like,
facts.
What do they want?
Well, it's about sacrificing your energy. See, there's something called rooting. Now, we take that as an innocuous word. You know, we say, oh, I'm rooting for this team, I'm rooting for that team. Rooting means when you are investing and you're locking your energy, attaching your energy to a particular thing, coming from the soul level. So you're rooting for a team, you're saying you're putting your attention and your heart, really, it's about your heart, into that you want that outcome. So what happens is if they get you attached and you putting all your energy into a team and then the team loses, they get all of that energy that you invested into whatever team. When you lose, that's why people be crying and stuff when the team loses, because they sacrificed all that, like they did Kobe. See what I'm saying? They had everybody attached to Kobe and all that. And when they sacrificed him and the daughter, you could feel it. You could feel how low the energy was when they talked about how he, died in the helicopter. So this is just a ritual, I'm saying, to get your energy. That's how they do it. They've done this with the leaders that they provide us, right? They're approved leaders like Martin Luther King and all these people. They get you attached with your heart. So you're rooting for this person. You're saying, wow, this person represents us. And then when they kill them, that's a loss, because all that energy, and it also takes hope away from you, and it discourages you. Because you're like, man, if they can do that to them, then who am I? You know what I'm saying? Why should I try? If this person, went that far. But it's a bigger science to it. It's a bigger science to it. They know that the Super Bowl is the most watched sports event in the world at that particular day.
Yep.
So yeah, the symbols, bro. The symbols never change. There's two things that never change. Symbols never change, right? The symbol for a cat is the symbol for a cat around the world. The symbol for a dog is the symbol for the dog around the world. And numbers don't change. Numbers don't lie. That's the only language, or one of the only languages that you can't lie in. I can't make an equation with numbers that does not mathematically compute to the same, right? Numbers are always going to be right. The only thing that's a lie is words, right? And languages, because words can be different in different languages. They change. You could words. So,
something to think about. God, so simple, and it gets
yeah.
past most of us.
Wait, can you hear me now? I got a phone call.
Oh, yeah, take your time. Go ahead. I'll talk.
Okay.
Come back.
Oh, no. I'm saying I knocked it out. It was a spam call. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. Numbers, they never lie. That's what I'm saying. I think Tesla said, if you understand the laws and the power of 3, 6, and 9, you understand the laws of the universe. That's real stuff. That's real stuff. It's why they got from the 6 spell. I don't know if I talked about this before.
The 6 spell, that's intentional to keep you at the 6th frequency, which is the fall and the sleep is the 6th. And the word 6 means
your phone is
journey. Oh, it's breaking up? Okay.
Your phone is sounding kind of muffled. I don't know what it is. Brother Ison, you can hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's sounding better.
It sounds. You had the microphone covered.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just saying they keep us on the 6th spell, the 6th frequency. And that's dealing with sleep. Right? The sleep is 6. The 9 is the resurrected 6. When the 6 stands up, it's a 9. It's some deep stuff, but this is why all the math they use for our time and all that to keep us asleep in the 6. The word 6 means sex in German. SEX in German means 6. See what I'm saying? So when you're saying sex, you're saying 6, and it's 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour, 24 hours in a day. That's 666 right there. 2 and 4, that's a 6. 6 and 0 and 6 and 0. And this is why when you go to school, they start you in what? The first grade, you got to be 6 to go to the first grade. You got to be 12 to go to the middle school, and you got to be 18, which is 666, to graduate or be legal, what they call legal, which is dealing with legalese, saying that by that point, you should have enough understanding that you can defend yourself, because school was about magic originally, so that's a whole other thing too. But yeah, they keep us on the 6, and that's all they show. But they want to keep you away from the 9, because the 9 deals with waking up. It deals with waking up. So the 9 they avoid. There's no iPhone 9. There's no Windows 9. And then they try to avoid the 13 too. You know what I'm saying? But there's an iPhone 6. You see what I mean? They want to keep you on the 6. We could be on a 9-based system if we control the clocks. So what people think time is not a watch. A watch is just showing numbers based on a system that measures the time. It measures the circle, basically, when it repeats the cycle. But we could have a 9-day system. You could have 90 minutes, and then you could have 90 seconds in a minute. You could have 90 minutes in an hour, and you can have 18 hours a day. See, that will put us under the 9. But they don't want to do that, because the Jewish, they do the 9. And they run everything, but they got you on the 6, which is asleep. This is some deep stuff, but they understand that, right? When you are first being born, the fetus, Or the feminine, which is the fetus, which is phi, that means the embryo. The fetus, when it's first being developed in the woman's womb, it's a 9 at first, right? The fetal position, it's a 9. In the third trimester, it turns upside down to a 6. So you literally fall into this world because in the womb, your head is upside down before you're born. Your head is upside down. You're falling into the world to become the 6, which is the sex, your gender, to become man in the flesh, which is the 666. It's carbon, your flesh. So people looking for the mark of the beast and all that, and I'm jumping ahead, but people looking for the mark of the beast don't realize your body is the mark of the beast. You thinking that the mark of the beast is some chip or whatever that you got to take. It says that no one could buy, sell, or eat. Or whatever. No, they're talking about to come to this world, you have to take a body, the 666, the flesh, that you can't eat, you can't sleep in this world without a body. So we all have taken the mark of the beast, which is the body. And it happened in the 6th day on Genesis. Didn't he make the body, the corpse, on the 6th day? But you don't know who that is creating that. This is some deep stuff. But once you know that, that's what they're saying. And also, you got to understand, it's birth. So Genesis, that's the end. Genesis is the end. That's the beginning of physical. Revelation is before the beginning. See what I'm saying? The war in heaven, that happened in Revelation. Revelation already happened. They put it in the back of the Bible so that you wait for it. It already happened. They talk about dragons and these things in Revelation. Dragons, you got to go back to, it's called the Jurassic period. Now, y'all can look this up for the science people. It's called the Jurassic period. It's called the Triassic period. It's called the Mesozoic period. See what I'm saying? If you look up those periods, that's when the dragons was on the earth. And they call it reptiles. But that happened in Revelation before time. Before time. Once we fell from heaven, you got Genesis. And what's the beginning of Genesis? This is how time was created. Beginning of Genesis, in the beginning. So you already know you're dealing with time. Because if it's at the beginning, it's an end. When we was in the higher realms, there was no time, so there was no beginning. So I said the beginning, the beginning of division. And so if you look up what happened in the 7 days, what happened? Was it really creation or was it division? So he divided the water, he divided the land, he divided this, he divided that, he divided the light, I said, wait a minute, what's going on? Who's dividing? They call it the God of this world. There's a God of a higher world. It's deep. But people ain't ready to go there. But just know everything, if they give it to us, it's been tricked up. Trust and believe me. So I said, wait a minute, let me go back. What happened? It said before the foundations of the earth. That was in Revelation. Now, the word revelation does not mean the end. The word revelation means when things are revealed. That's what the word revelation means. People think it meant an end of time. No, it's when you find out what happened before we got here. That's when revelation. That's before the earth was formed. And then you get the word apocalypse. This is why I tell people to look up etymology. Because if you don't understand the word that you're looking at, you're going to be confused. Apocalypse don't mean the end of the world. Apocalypse means revealing. So the apocalypse is when things are revealed. It's not the end. It's when you see what happened before the end. The end was Genesis when we took genes. We was light beings at first. And then they put us in human bodies. This is deep stuff. But that's what happened. And then it makes more sense then about the war, all this stuff. And they pulling up the dragons out of the earth, calling them dinosaurs. These huge, you know what I'm saying? They call them titans. It's that ancient. The earth is very ancient.
Let me ask you really quick. Keep on the same flow. Let me ask you. So, religion and especially Christianity. Let's focus on some of these preachers and pastors. Do a lot of them know this?
Oh, yeah.
And just purposely keep it hidden from the so-called flock? Mm-hmm. Like, we know that that's to chain us down. Do. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
Some of them do, but a lot of them really don't. And the reason I'm saying that is because I have essentially talked to some of, like, I ain't gonna name drop, but some of the even household name preachers, I talked to them years before. Mm-hmm. And no, a lot of them really don't know that much. A lot of them are trained in what they call the theological seminary, right? I call it the theological cemetery. They're trained on how to what they call preach. Now check it out. They don't train them how to teach. They train them how to preach. There's a difference. Preaching is, I'm not going to give you the understanding. I'm not going to break it down. I'm going to talk at you, and I'm going to pick what I want to freestyle on and just, you know what I'm saying, keep telling you the same stories. So, yeah, a lot of them actually don't know. The ones that do, they're Masons. I'm just keeping it real. And this is the stuff that won't ever get discussed. You'll never have this discussion with your preacher. You can ask your preacher in the Bible. You can say, hey, what's the third eye about? They won't talk. They won't discuss that. That's dealing with waking up. In the Bible, your third eye is talking about, they call it the rapture. Everybody thinks the rapture is when it's going to be some event where everything happens. No, the rapture happens in your body. It said in the twinkling of an eye, singular eye. It says you shall be changed. It says the renewing of your mind. That's what happens when you wake up. When your pineal gland wakes up, that's the rapture event that happens within you. Now you got a whole new consciousness. You're looking at the world like the Truman Show. Remember the Truman Show? When he woke up, total different world. He sees the deception. He sees through the matrix like Neo. It's like, wait a minute, this is deception. This world is a deception laid upon your eyes. It's deep, man. But yeah, a lot of these preachers, the thing about it, the money's too good. I'm just keeping it real. If you can collect money tax-free for yelling, and God said, let me tell you. Now, if you could do that and collect money 4 times a month, hey,
we're at the church of SCURV.
You know what I mean? People work hard.
I'm do me a skit on that one.
Come on.
Real.
For real. This is real stuff. They're getting donations, which means they don't have to have receipts. It means they can collect money without a ledger. Yes. They can avoid taxes because of 501c3. Also, basically, it's a way to, it's residual. You get what I'm saying? Now, what business in the world can you do that without it being illegal? You can't. People bust their butts going to work hard, and then you get taxed on that money. But a guy can set up a little, you know what I'm saying, a storefront or whatever, big, huge building, and talk and get paid. That's the reason why they're quiet, because the money's too good. The money's too good, man. You pay your bills once a month. You pay the preacher 4 times a month, minimum. You paying somebody 4 times a month to read a Bible for you. So it's like the drive-thru.
That's right.
So it's like the spiritual drive-thru. Listen, we used to have spiritual systems. That means it involved the person or the practitioner, which means you can practice it yourself. It was something that you did. You took the teacher would teach you, but you took those principles and you applied them in your life and you worked them, where you had a personal development going on with the material. That's how we used to practice it. And it wasn't like a religion, but now it's like the drive-thru, right? When we used to cook at home, like my great grandmother, right? It didn't used to be, you used to go to fast food or a restaurant occasionally, right?
Mm-hmm.
But everything was cooked at home. Everything was prepared. Now everything is
Right.
drive-through. Everything is fast food, and you occasionally cook at home. So the spirituality now, what they call religion, is the drive-through. What is the drive-through? The drive-through is where you don't even have to. You go to a menu in your car. You don't have to get out the car. You
That's
say what
right.
you want. You don't even have to say what you want. They got a number now. So it's like, oh, I don't want a double cheeseburger with extra pickles and da da da. No, no, no. I don't tell it. I want a number 8. So you don't even have to say the full thing. You say, I want a number 8. You drive up. They make it for you. You stick your hand out the window, and they give you the food. This is religion today. It's not spirituality on that aspect. It's the drive-through. What do? You go there, you sit. They pick what they're going to talk about. They read it for you. You don't even have to read it. They read it for you. They play the music for you. You dig in your pocket. You put the money in the basket, and then you leave. It's the drive-through. There is no like interactive. At least it used to be like, people would shout and pray. No, this is drive-through spirituality.
Let me interject really quick, brother. Let me say, misunderstood 666. She said, who is this young man? I need to know more about him. He is good. I'll just interject really quick and say that we've done numerous shows together, and I have them all categorized under the same playlist on YouTube, but you can get there easier if you download the LanceScurv app. I don't know if you have it, but you can go to the app store, Google Play or Amazon. Just put in LanceScurv, pull up the app, and you'll see the tab on it. That's Ison. Let me just show you, because I kind of think Brother Ison, and I'm not blocking. I don't do that, but I know Ison likes to move incognito, so it's not like, you do have some stuff eventually coming out. I know, Brother Ison, but I know them pretty much. You move kind of in incognito fashion, and that's not me trying to push the app on you or just, but I have all of the shows we did. Yeah. And just for the young lady who wants to know, here's the app coming up. And let me see, I can put a screen. Let me see.
Okay.
Here's an error. Let me close it. My internet is acting janky. But on there, you'll see an Ison tab. All the different guests that we've had on the show have their own tab. There's more that I have to put up down through the years. And that's not even all our shows. That's just some individuals who came in. It's not the app giving me trouble. It's the other internet I'm using to do this. But if you go there and download the app, you'll see it on there. And then when you hit that button, you'll see shows. Because we've done some fabulous shows together. And I can't say together because brother's bringing the knowledge. It's really him. And we had these conversations that are very powerful. So check that out there. Or you can go onto LanceScurv.com and search Brother Ison. You'll see a category there too. There's about 6 or 7, 8 maybe good shows that we have. Some really long. He puts it down. But go ahead, brother. I just wanted to say that.
No, I appreciate that, man. No, we've been, we go back now from the first show, but
earlier,
you be hitting them topics though. You be hitting topics. See, that's what I'm saying. It's some people that if you talk this shit on their program, they be scared they're gonna lose, sponsors or whatever because they don't want to get real. So yeah,
to heck with the frivolous here today, gone tomorrow sponsors. I've never really had that anyway. I mean, we get the love from the people if they can, and just keep on going. This is a labor of love. This has been going on for a long time, or whatever manifestation on the platform, which I always open to, brothers and sisters like yourself. And we have different styles and different things in the variety, but this is really what we're all about, and there's no fear to share, things that, what is so scary about this though? What to know these things, what you broke down about the penny and the $5 bill and Abraham Lincoln and the Super Bowl. And we need this, man, because it's right in front of our faces. And it shows how off we are from these deceptions that they share. Those are the deceptions, but they'll turn around and say, you and I are talking crazy, but it's right in our face. And I tell you, that's one thing to go back that I always wondered, why is Abraham Lincoln facing this way and the other ones are facing, the other way, and they're on the silver, but he's on the penny, the one that's the least, isn't, is not as, it's on the ground, you don't pick it up. You know what I mean? On copper, so I learned a lot already, man. Just every time we talk, even in private conversations, like, listen, we got to cool out. We got to put this on the show and share this with everybody, and other people can hear it, because they're not going to teach us. They're not going to put this stuff on TV. That's why, once again, I'm shadow banned. I mean, the things don't go up. I don't care. At this point, like I said, be who you are. If you want to be on here and yapping and talking stupidness and whatever, go ahead and do it. But I like, this is what I like. This is what I like. And I know those who are here, we love it and we like it too. And I appreciate you so much, brother.
Appreciate you, Brother Lance. Yeah, but definitely. The truth, yeah, it's like you have to. It's the way that it is brought out. You got to be careful. That's all, because there's some people they got a lot to lose when the truth comes out. You get what I'm saying? So it's not that they may not say that you a lie. They just saying, shit, I got a lot to lose. You saying all of this, shit, I'm gonna have to give up. You know what I'm saying? My scam. You exposing, So that's why these things are avoided. Real talk. Yeah. But once the truth is out, here's the thing: you can't put the truth back in the bag. You can't put the truth back in the bag. Once it's out,
something.
You know what I'm saying? Hey. But yeah, they diss Abraham. They diss and pardon me if I'm going too fast. Like, it's just when you bring up certain topics, I'm like, my mind, I'm like, yo, because it's been a while since I came back, and it's just so much stuff, bro. Just ritual after ritual after ritual after ritual. Even with the Chadwick Boseman, I think we did a show on that. They always sacrifice the Black Panther. So they killed the real Black Panther in the movie. They killed him in the movie, which was by Michael B. Jordan. He was the real Black Panther. They killed him in the movie. Then the other Black Panther, they killed him in real life, Chadwick Boseman. You see what I'm saying? And this is another reason I was able to predict sports events was, and I'm not encouraging gambling, but if I see the symbolism, I'm like, this is free money. But I was able to win a few dollars when I saw the ritual with the LA Dodgers. And I don't know if I might have covered this before. But yeah, I saw the LA. I don't even watch baseball. But it was the LA Dodgers was up 3-2. So something told me numbers and symbols, right? I said, wait, let me look up the date of this game. I looked up the date of the game. They was up 3-2. I said, if they win this game, it'll make it 4-2, which is Jackie Robinson, right? 4-2. So I said, let me look up the date of this game. I looked up the date of the game they were playing. It's the anniversary of Jackie Robinson's funeral. I put my money on the Dodgers. I said, this is a ritual. So yes, they did. They won the series. LA Dodgers won 4-2 to complete the Chadwick Boseman and the 42 ritual, which is the reverse of 24, which is Kobe Bryant. And they both killed them both on the same year. It was so much happening. It felt like it was different years. You know, that was the same year they took out Kobe Bryant and Chadwick Boseman. The Black Panther and the Black Mamba together, the reverse and sign of each other. And then they killed, check this out, Chadwick Boseman. They're going to say he died on Jackie Robinson Day. Come on. And he played a movie, 42. They say he died at 42. I can't make this up. He died at 42 on Jackie Robinson Day after he played the movie 42 as Jackie Robinson, and people don't see. So that's the rituals that I'm talking about. But yeah, that was a ritual. Then they had LeBron James recently with Kyrie Irving situation. He's talking and saying, oh, he hurt a lot of people. He hurt a lot of people. Basically saying, yes, massa, I don't know how to read. I don't know him. But he was wearing a 42 hat. If y'all go look back at that press conference after the game, Why is LeBron wearing a 42 hat, a blue 42 hat, when he's on the Lakers? Because that's the ritual. They're basically saying, I'm showing you the sign and symbol that I'm owned, I'm bought. That's how they do it. They do it like that. They throw up hand signs, etc., etc. But yeah, it's all about money. You wanna know the truth? Follow the money. Follow the money. You wanna know about your preachers? Follow the money. See who they getting paid, or see who they hobnob with, see who's in their inner circle, and you're gonna see the truth. You know what I'm saying? And you'll find out they don't like the discussions. You know what I'm saying? If you get a close up on them, you ask them stuff they will avoid. Oh no, brother, I don't deal with that. Well, why not? You deal with my money. You see what I'm saying? You can accept my money, you can accept whatever, but if I ask you the wrong question, oh no, brother. So yeah, it's deception. But yeah, they run. See, here's the thing. Once you establish a pattern, you will know what to look for the next time, because they do the same shit over and over. This is how I knew, like with the Super Bowl, they had his name is Jalen Hurts. They had him wearing the #1 jersey. Remember when I told you about the Panthers versus the Broncos? They had Cam Newton wearing the #1. They always sacrifice #1, the first one. This is how you know the God in the Genesis in the Bible is the devil. Yep. Sorry to tell you, I know that we ain't been taught that, but that's the one dividing up, because he always asks for you to sacrifice your firstborn. That's how you know who he is, because he wants to kill the firstborn so he take over. You know, that's saying I will make the first the last and the last the first. That was Jehovah who said that. That was not the highest God, and they don't understand. But you know, that's a whole nother whole show on that, because you know people be like, what? No. But this is the God that they worship in this world.
That's right. Let me just say real quick, brother. Mr. Scurv had me cup that you can't see what's in there a little bit, right? She has a concoction that in another 3 or 4 hours, I will be running the fastest and sitting down the most, I'll say. I'm getting cleaned out. I don't know what's in here, but that's why you saw when I drank a little bit of it, I kind of like, woo, made a face. Too much information, but, you know, it's severe right here. I don't know, you know, she has these skills. She puts these things together, and it just works all the time. You know, it's nothing we sell, but it's a shameless plug anyway. Go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt you, brother.
No, it's all good. See, that's what I'm talking about. The woman, her magic, her understanding of how to cure, how to nurture, how to what we call nature, and the word mature is mother, M-A, that's mom, and nature, right? N-A-T-U-R-E, which is mature, mother nature. So maturity or maturation only comes from the woman. She has the wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Because this one house that we was all born in, that's her womb. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on this call, everybody that you've ever met, our first house was in your mother's stomach. That was a house. She fed you through the umbilical cord. She housed you and clothed you to put the skin on your skeleton before you hit the earth. Once you hit the earth, she had the breast that your father can't produce milk to feed you.
Right.
So they eliminate all of that and tell you that you came from a man. That is a lie. That is a lie. That's in a book. The book says man gave a woman, but here's the thing: a man don't have enough to give a woman. Right? If I got two exes, I have enough to make a Y, because a Y is going to be 3 stems. Now I can get 3 out of 4. I cannot get 4 out of 3. If I got $4, I can't give you. If I have $3, I can't give you 4. But if I have $4, I can give you 3, I can give you 2, and I can give you 4 again, which is why the woman can produce a male and a female, because she has all of that, including the second mouth. As a male, that stem that we're missing that they call a Y is the womb, the birth faculty, the breast that produce milk, the uterus, and the vagina. We don't have that. So that is what produces everything in the world. So when they did that, especially with the patriarchy coming in with the Catholic system, they tried to reverse the laws of nature, actually all of nature, without a book now. Without a book now, it says this is true. And the bee, you can look at the bees, the insects. The bees, they all serve the queen bee. And she actually produces them through parthenogenesis in the bee kingdom. And they produce gold to give the gold. You want to talk about the gold and all that? That's to serve the queen. In Kemet, which is Egypt, right? They call it Egypt. That's a Greek word. But in Kemet, before there was any pharaohs, there was only a queen. You can look it up. Look up Queen Neith. Queen Neith, before the first dynasty, it was Queen Neith. Neith. There was no pharaoh. She was the pharaoh. She was the king and the queen. And the man came in later to protect the queen. That's what you called your pharaoh. He was actually the general or the leader of the military to protect the greatest asset, right? Which was Offset. Offset was the greatest asset. So here's how it works. You see a picture, you see a man standing in front of a woman, they misinterpret that to mean the man is more important than the woman. No, the man was guarding the woman. So what do you do with something that you want to protect? You stand in front of it. You get what I'm saying? But they want to make us think that we came before. Why do you think it's a saying that says ladies first? Where did that come from? Ladies first. Because ladies first.
Right.
The fetus, the embryo, is a woman. Before it is determined it will be a male. That's why we got breasts. Why do men got breasts if they don't produce? Because guess what? The prototype was a woman, a fetus. Right. Then it was determined, okay, you're going to be on the map. You're going to be the masculine aspect of this. But your body shows it that it was female. Also, why does a woman have a clitoris? Now, that's a whole nother topic. But see, you go back because they used to self-produce. And nobody want to talk about the clitoris. Nobody wants to talk about why. Because listen, everything on your body came from something else. Everything on your body came from something else. So if, for instance, the features that you have came from your parents. See what I'm saying? I know if you have something, somebody down the line from your family gave it to you. So if you have these other features like Henrietta Lacks, she has immortal cells, and they're not getting immortal cells from white women. They're not getting immortal cells from Hispanic women. They're not getting immortal cells from any other person than the black woman. Then who gave her the immortal cells? It had to be God. It had to be something that is immortal. This is the hatred that we get. It's because they know who you are. You look in the mirror, don't know who you are. Just like we are timid, and we look on the walls and see our faces and say, who is that? I don't know who those people are. That's how crazy it is. But that's coming back. That's what I'm saying. We're waking back up. And this time, ain't no going to sleep. So what are they trying to do? Put you to sleep through the vaccine. Because they like, man, it's out. The information is out now. We can't put the information back. So let's just try to take them out. But it's you know,
that's right.
It's a waste of time, literally. But yeah, we need to put our women back in position. You know what I'm saying? You show me a household where the woman is in order, the house is in order. You show me anything where a woman is in order, everything's in order. If the woman is out of order, you show me a house where a woman is out of order, I'll show you a house that's out of order. That's just a fact.
Exactly. And that's why they want to use social media to keep our sisters and our brothers distracted, but mainly the sisters to keep them on a low vibration, that they're not thinking about the community, they're not thinking about the legacy, they're not thinking about all that comes out of them from their presence alone when they're working properly, when everything is optimal. Because if you look at it, this particular system, from what I see, it's like the woman is despised. The woman is hated. She's emulated, men who want to be the woman, and especially the Black woman, they don't like a fully vibrational Black woman who has that power. They want to take your eye off of that. You have Tyler Perry, and he's making, what's her name, Medea, whatever her name is. They
Medea.
Take you from the original womb, but then they want to attack that womb from the bad foods, the things they give you at birth, the things that come out of the womb that are so mighty that are the answer to the issues that we have, and have the children screwed up now. And that's when we talked about Dwayne Wade and his son, who they're trying to make into a little girl, Black woman.
Oh yeah. Come on, man.
Yeah, and if
warfare,
the Black woman,
warfare,
it's all on a lower vibration. We gotta see, the body parts, and it's just a sex thing, which men see that. They're not going to be like, oh my God, this is disgusting. Most of them are going to go for it because it's a natural desire, but it's gone haywire. It's like the appetite to eat food is a natural desire, but we can kill ourselves that way. We can take the natural and good and have an excess desire for it, and it kills us off. And that's what the enemy specializes in. You see what I mean? So you have to understand how you're being manipulated and can lie to yourself. You see? But the Black woman is everything. She's the axis on which this planet. Sure. You see what I mean? And they don't like us loving a Black woman. They don't like us revering her, respecting her. You don't have to be in the bed with her sexually to love her. You can love her from a distance with all of your heart and soul and want to have the best for her. They don't like to see that system. I'm gonna just say it. That faggotized system, that anti-woman system, all that, it ain't no good. It's poison. And I don't care how much they push that stuff, it's diametrically opposed to the Black woman's power. So when you see some of our sisters hanging out with one of them dudes who want to act like them, thinking that that's something cool, that's not. If you're a true, highly vibrating Black woman, you don't want anything to do with that. You're not pushing that. Like Dwayne Wade's wife, the actress, whatever her name is, I keep forgetting. Now she's in this position with somebody else's child, pushing this, and they're getting awards, and everything is anti-Black woman. Yeah. She needs to go get a white card and strip off her color and go hang out with them. She's an enemy. And there's so many that are around us that are enemies that are against. You know what I mean? And it hurts me. The more I meditate, think of it. We have our shows. I say my crazy things. But what I'm saying is that just like the love Mr. Scurv shared with me to bring me this cup, clean out my gut. She knows what time it is. A breakfast of food. Sir. There's a mutual respect. That she'll respect me. I'm going to respect her. I know her place, but she can do a lot of things in my place, and I can do a little few things in her place. Guess what? Together. They don't like that. They don't want that. But I already know what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. Let's go ahead. Go ahead, man. Talk to us. Give me
That's a fact. It's all about unity. Unity. They don't want us to have unity.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? And that's a fact. Everything you're saying, because their biggest threat, we think it's a man with knowledge. No, their biggest threat is a woman with knowledge. They understand that. They just make us believe that that's not their main target is a woman. Now, everything is a double-edged sword. It's how you use it. But the woman of wisdom from the past, they had to cut that off by showing images. Images are worth 1,000 words. So they show the images of a Black woman as evil to them. They'll show like a picture of a witch with green skin, with boils on her skin, and she has the hat, the pointed hat, and she's always stirring a pot. Well, guess what? If you dissect that image, they're talking about our women. To them, that's how they try to trade them phone call right at the right time.
Yeah, good. Take your call, man.
No. Calls be knocking me out. That's what I was saying. It'd be knocking me out. It'd be like robocalls and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm saying they demonize that image of the woman, and those things represent the woman with knowledge. You know what I'm saying? The woman who could heal you with herbs, the woman that knew all of the remedies, like your great grandmothers that tell you, hey, go get some olive oil, go get some aloe vera, go do this, go do that, go get some hazel, go get some this and that, and she could heal you up. That's just a remnant of what it used to be natural,
right?
Understanding, right, from the woman. So when the patriarchy came in with the Roman Empire and Constantine, they had to cut all that off. So they made like women were, they're demonic and all this type of stuff. But first of all, to them, maybe it would seem demonic because they were attacking the people who were invading. So how the hell you gonna call somebody demonic, but you coming in to rape, steal, and kill? And if they do set something up to attack you or whatever, you can't call them evil or whatever. They're protecting what you're trying to steal. But then we're reading their narrative and his story, right? They call it his story for a reason. And we're saying, oh yeah, that's wicked. Okay, who was the wicked? Who's coming in killing and raping? Who was coming in stealing? Who was coming in with all these things? That's from their point of view, but we're wicked. No, the reason was they wanted to take that knowledge from the woman, and they did. They did.
Right.
They stripped it, and then they made us scared of ourselves. Talking about be scared of the dark. Are you afraid of the dark? Are you dark-skinned? How crazy is that? So you scared of yourself. Also, that cauldron, they show us always a black cauldron. The cauldron,
right? What
that actually represented was the woman's womb. But they took it and demonized it, right? When they got all these little potions and stuff popping in the pot, that the woman, she stirs it up, right? That's her stomach. What it means is, in the woman's womb, the elixirs and all of these things that produce life, right? That happens only in the woman's womb. That produces everything. That's like the highest power on earth is to produce life. But they made you see it as evil. But that's what I'm saying. They controlled the image, put it like that. The image of perfection and beauty used to be the woman, specifically the melanated woman. Because the darker the berry is, not sweet juice, the darker the berry, the closer to God. That's what they didn't want you to know. You know that when something is darker, it's stronger. If your coffee's dark, that means that's how strong the coffee is. If your coffee's light, it means that it's not as strong. And strong means strength. So what I'm saying is, see, that's the reason why it's things that we lose the context of over time, and we just say them and we don't remember where they came from. It's the reason why when you go back further and further, it's greater, right? Your mother's mother's mother is your great grandmother, right? And then it's your great, and then it's your great. Why is that? Because it gets greater and greater until you go back far enough. It was God. You see what I'm saying? We came from God. That's what they don't want you to know. You see what I'm saying? And they don't have that same origin because they was made here on earth, especially the white people. Now, I don't have, we're not racist people. We couldn't be racist if we wanted to. We the most loving people. If Black people were not loving and we wanted to get back at them like they did us, we would be trying to get them back, lynching them, right? Hanging them. Have you ever heard of a story of a Black, where they say, oh, these Black people hung this white person? Because we don't have it in us. That comes from them. But bottom line, I'm just saying we got to remove that fear of our own women being in power, because that's our only hope of coming together, like the story of Osiris or Asar. It took the woman to put him back together, right? We are women to come back together, because the word together, let's deal with breaking down the syllables. The word together is spelled to get her. Spelled together. So we can't come together until we get her. Until you get her, you can't come together until you come to get her. And they removed her. This is the Roman thing. We was talking about the hatred of the women. That happened in Greek and in Rome. All right? In Greece and Rome. Why? The Greco-Romans, they hated women. They loved men. So what did they do? Anything involving women, they demonize it. This is why your Bible says he, him, God, he, the son, no daughter, the father, no mother, because this is his story. Until we get her, we ain't together.
Right.
You get it? Till we come together, it's gonna happen through the woman, and that's their main target. It's you go in the areas with black women, they have abortion clinics. You go in the white area, they got fertility clinics. Now, how crazy is that? For fertility clinics in the white and abortion clinics in the black, and we don't see it. It's crazy. I've looked at the architecture of the city. You see, this is stuff that people don't really think about because we just live in our daily lives and we're just a lot of us trying to keep our head above water. But every city has an architecture where they have a layout, an actual plan of how they're going to design the city, meaning there was some thought behind it. And so when I looked at it, I said, damn, this is like a mousetrap, right? You go in the black areas, liquor stores on every corner. And you can't tell me the churches are helping. There's a church on every corner. You see what I'm saying? But it's a liquor store on every corner. You go in the white areas, at least in Chicago, you gotta go to a grocery store to get the liquor, the alcohol, right? You gotta drive. But if you in the black neighborhood, you can walk. And you gotta walk. If you go to alcoholic and you're trying to beat it, you gotta walk past 5 stores. Yep. On your way. I'm saying it's one thing you say, all right, I'm not gonna do something, but it's damn near tempting. You got to walk by 5 liquor stores every day.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? So come on, spirits. And what spirits? They put in a dark spirit. All those spirits, see what I'm saying? That's in the bottle is formulated. They're alchemical elixirs that they understand either inspire, which is where you get the word spirit, or they bring up what they call al-ghul, which is demons. So it's the mixture, the formula determines what's gonna come out of you. That's why you could drink certain stuff, people be laughing. You drink another thing, people want to fight. You drink something else, people want to cry. You see what I'm saying? Because we use those actual, come on, kill each other. Like people drink Jose Cuervo. Don't drink Jose. If you at a black barbecue, don't drink no Jose Cuervo. If you drink that, it's somebody going to fight. I guarantee you, it's going to be somebody fighting at the end of the night, because that spirit in there it's arousing that aggressive elixir. Is bringing out those aggressive spirits. You know what I'm saying? But it's not that it's evil, right? It's the fact of how they're using it against us. Water, everything has a duality because of this dimension, right? The third dimension is duality. So a glass of water could kill you, but a glass of water could save your life, right? You could drown in water, or it could save you from thirst. So I'm saying when we're saying stuff is evil, it's because of who's controlling it. We don't make our alcohol anymore. Right? We don't control the formulas. Those are all major companies that produce those things, and they put them right in your vicinity so that it'd be easy for you to get it, so they can, manipulate. But yeah, we used to use those things in different spiritual practices to bring out certain things. Now, we were talking about usage. Usage matters, right? Now, I'll give you an example. If we, because we used to be master alchemists, and we knew how to use all of the Earth's materials, what they call sources. We knew how to use all the sources. So we knew, okay, if I do this and I do that, it'll bring this out. If I do this and do that, it'll bring that out. So what I'm saying is, if we were being invaded, or those people coming in trying to rape our women, trying to do stuff to us, and they were foreign invaders. Now, if we drink the elixir with the aggressive, right? If we drink that, then it makes sense, because now it's going to give us assistance to fight. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I say the usage is what matters. A sword itself is not the problem. How you use the sword. I can use a sword to defend myself. I can use a sword to cut my own head off. You see what I'm saying? But they teaching us to hold the sword by the tip of the blade and telling us that's the proper way. So this is why, a lot of people, they go, oh, all this stuff is evil. No, it's the way it's being used. Even voodoo, because I know you in Africa, even voodoo and all this stuff is being used improperly. That's the problem. And here's the thing, if it was used properly, they try to shut it down. But when you use it against each other, it's no difference, right? Because people say, oh, spirituality. No, it's no different than a gun, correct? Put it like this.
That's right.
If we all had guns, when people come in our neighborhoods, we could protect ourselves with the guns, right? But instead, we shooting each other with the guns. So they let it, see, that's how it goes. Now, the same with spiritual things, voodoo and all that. We're supposed to be using voodoo against the oppressors. We're doing voodoo on each other. So it's no different than, gun violence. It's just that people say, oh, that's evil. No. You're using it. And matter of fact, the Haitian Revolution was done properly when they used voodoo against the oppressors. And guess what? They got free while the slaves in America was still captured. And guess what we were captured doing? Christianity. And we were still enslaved. And then they tell you in the Christian church, oh, we got enslaved because of voodoo. No, we got enslaved because they removed our spiritual systems. So I'm just saying that's how people like, nah, all that stuff is evil. It's not evil. It's the way they're training us to use this stuff. If we hurt each other, it's fine, right? Make a rap song right now about fuck the police. They're gonna shut it down. Make a song against, like, we come up against white supremacy. They're gonna shut it down. Now, you make a song, I'm gonna kill my brother. I'm gonna rob my brother. They're gonna promote it on the top charts. Kill a nigga, steal a nigga. #1 song. They're gonna give you an award for that. You see? So that's all I'm saying. We gotta get out of that mindset that stuff is evil. And understand that how it's being used is the problem. You know what I'm saying? How we know we're not using this church stuff, right? Which I told you is the drive-through of spirituality. It's because it is. Right. They are allowed to have a church. If church was a problem, they would be shutting it down. But it's in every hood. Matter of fact, the worst neighborhoods where it's the most shooting, the most drug dealing, the most crime, they got churches. So these churches ain't doing jack. I'm sorry to say it, but I'm happy to say it.
Right.
It's the fact.
Yeah.
We've had churches. What progress have we got? Come on. What progress? You know what I'm saying? I remember growing up, we went to a church. The only thing that grew, I'm in my 30s now. The only thing that grew was the church. I could go back to the neighborhood. I can show you back in the 80s, the early 90s, that neighborhood. The only thing that grew was the church. The neighborhood didn't grow, nothing grew. So all I'm saying is we need to get out of the mindset that it's church. It's not church. You are the church, but also it's how you use it. Knowledge, hey, it's a double-edged. They said the tree of the knowledge of not evil. It said of good and evil. That is what knowledge is, because check this out. You can't identify good unless you know what evil is. You can't identify evil unless you know what good is. Because lacking on one side will make you naive to the other, which makes you vulnerable. So that whole story about they ate of the fruit of the tree was talking about knowledge and how knowledge is a double-edged sword. But in order to understand good, you got to understand bad, or it makes you vulnerable. But they took that and ran with it. Oh, it was evil when you. How is that evil? If I tell you tell your children, hey, watch out for these people outside, right? Don't talk to strangers. Don't do this. Don't do that. Matter of fact, carry this with you to protect yourself. How is that evil when they can go out there and if they're not aware, be susceptible to scams and things like that? So it's just the teaching, man. The teaching is all reversed. Every Bible story, I'll show you, it's in reverse. Every narrative with the word his story on it is against the woman. Everyone. And it's all we had, right? We weren't able to publish books. The book publishers was controlled by a system that has just now recently been opened up where we can publish our own stuff. So we didn't, if we wanted to put it out, we couldn't. They used to kill for reading. My grandmother used to tell me all the time when I was young. She said, man, you better read because they used to kill. You couldn't read before. You had to play like you didn't know how to read. And now we have the information and we want to be what's called ignorant. See, we saying that word wrong. It's not ignorant. It's ignorant. It means that it's there, you ignore it. So you ignorant. Ignorant don't mean stupid. Stupid is a difference between 3 words. Stupid means you don't have the intellectual capacity to understand. That's what stupid means. Ignorant means you have the intellectual capacity and intelligence to understand, but you ignore it. Foolishness means you are totally practicing ignorance. That's the difference. So when you say somebody's a fool versus ignorant versus stupid, it's 3 different things. And a lot of us, we're not stupid. We are not stupid. We are ignorant. And that's the issue now. So, but at the same time as all this stuff is happening, it's a great time as well. This is also one of the greatest times ever because, like I said, for every pro there's a con, for every con there's a pro. That's the law of duality. So even while all this stuff is going on, we're making advances in consciousness. That's the other side they want you to ignore. Yeah, we're waking up on a big scale. You know what I'm saying? So we got to look at that side as well. And that's the great part about Aquarius. And Aquarius is the woman as well. All the zodiacs came from women. You know, they made that male too. But no, the water bearer, they call Aquarius the water bearer. The woman is the water bearer. The water bearer is, she has the water of life in her stomach. We don't carry the water of life. We're not the water bearer. Aquarius is not a water sign. It's an air sign. But it holds the water. So we're going from Pisces to Aquarius. So when you hear people say, we in the last days, you ever heard that growing up? Man, we in the last days, man.
Right.
You know, we in the last days. They didn't get what last days meant. It means the last days of the age of Pisces. We are in the last days of the age of Pisces. That's true. And then they say that the new age is kind of, people say that a lot, especially Christian people. I don't blame them, but they're like, oh, this is new age stuff. I'm like, do you know what new age is? Do you know what an age is? What's the age, man? Age is dealing with the constellation cycles. So the new age is Aquarius, where everything is going to be revealed. They call it the spirit of all truth. He said, I will pour out the truth amongst all flesh. It will be poured out. That's the age of Aquarius, where the man with the jug, and it's really the woman with the jug, is pouring the water out, spread freely. You can't, it's released. That's the age we in. So they want to keep you asleep, but it's no, it's no point. Everything that we're dealing with is the air, right? We moved from water in the age of Pisces. Everything that was shipment was on water. When you would sail, you have something shipped. It was literally shipped on the water or on land. But now everything, if you look at the technology, is in the air. That's Aquarius. Wi-Fi signal, your cell phone signal, your satellite, your all these things is in the air. That's Aquarius. And now I can send a message around the world, and it could go to 1 million people with the touch of my finger on a glass screen device that's connected to the entire world with just a little recent or earlier, like maybe in the 40s, or the 1800s. They'd be like, what do you, bro, that's nonsense. What do you mean you're going to touch a piece of glass and send me, what kind of, what are you saying? You're crazy. Like, no, I'm telling you. Exactly.
He had it around his wrist. But see, this is why they have to flood these systems through the air that are so influential with a person's thoughts. They can't have you think in a certain way and use their platforms for powerful thoughts of liberation. They can't do it. So they have to shadow ban you, get you off, let your stuff not get out there. But the decadence, beautiful. That's really where it's at. There were people years ago, I remember there was a young lady in one of my classes in elementary school, and we had to explain about something anything basically, but something that was kind of unique. There was a young lady who spoke about the family's Ouija board, and everybody was freaking out. And the teachers were just like, they let her talk. I was like, oh man, what about this? But when you look at something like that, and you look at something like your smartphone, so-called smart, right? As powerful it is for stuff to be broadcast out on a righteous level to wake people up, you can just as much get all of the dirt and decadence from out in the world right to your fingertips. And as much as you think that you want to explore these worlds, these nether worlds, it's all there. There's so many things that are there. I was speaking about this new platform. It was a couple of weeks. I did a little show on it and I spoke about it. And it's infested with pedophiles. And the most people who are on that particular, it's called Mastodon. That's what it is, Mastodon. The way it's set up is not a centralized thing like Twitter or Instagram where one part of the system can look at everything. This is set up where everything is clustered off and separate. So if something's going on here and here, there's no main head. You can do your own thing. It's the wild, wild west. And so most of the I can't call it tweets, but most of the messages and the sharing of data and pictures, that's the most of the platform. Although it wasn't set up that way for that type of activity. Anytime you have any advance in technology, the decadence is what kind of pushes it along. And I'll say this one thing. When VCRs first came out, we had the Betamax and we had, what's the other one, right? But the Betamax didn't win. They were small little cartridges and stuff. But people think it's because of movies like Star Wars and science fiction and classic movies you can get. No, the reason why the VCR, the tape recorder that we can record with and rent tapes, buy tapes and put them in was because of porn. That drove that because now you can sit at home and watch this stuff. So just like we have the capacity to put it out, we can have the capacity to take it in and take our mind somewhere else. So that's where the struggle is. The perfect piece of content that you can put out to influence people, but like me, I sprinkle it with a little funny stuff every now and then. So they look over and see over the plantation of the internet, he's talking about this, he said that word, he doesn't really mean, but this is the kind of stuff that I'm really all about. But you got to be shrewd in how you move because those people are always trying to come after you. They tried something with me this morning. I had to correct it on Anchor. I distribute my audio stuff to other platforms. They told me they're going to have to shut me down. Why? Show me what I said wrong to shut me down. And this is just audio. This is not video. And I had to restore everything. This morning, I was up all night. Mrs. SCURV went to the property, and I had to help her out with some things and come back. And I wanted to look at my stuff, and they told me, no, you can't do that. I know how to play this game. It's a very powerful thing when they watch who's out here being an influencer in a right way. That word scares me now when I see how they use it. Oh, I'm an influencer. Influencer for what? Dwayne Wade is an influencer, but not for nothing that's righteous. You see what I mean?
Yes.
Sorry, brother.
Yeah. Oh no. You right on the money, man. That's the whole point. But it used to be a point where the only influencer was the systems that ran television and all the other media, what they call the
No more.
broadcast. They were the
Right.
influencers. You know what I'm saying? But now with social media, we have a voice. Like we got a microphone all of a sudden. Where it used to be, we was only in the audience, right? Only thing was said was what was on the news, what was on the articles, what they chose who could speak. So this is a problem for them at the same time because now they gotta hear what people are saying. You know what I'm saying? And so that's really a good thing because uh now they're gonna be accountable for certain things where they can't just do whatever and then nobody say nothing. Yeah, influencer, you're right. That could be used both ways. Absolutely. And it's
Mm-hmm.
crazy, like the Kyrie Irving thing. You speak out for the right, they come right at you. You know what I'm saying? They act like he committed a crime. I said, man,
Right.
oh, you can't talk? So, but his was funny. If he had the opinion of what they wanted, they would have promoted him.
Oh,
So we live in a society now that you got to be scared of having an opinion. You got to be scared of having an
you
opinion. This is the society, and so it's actually leading towards socialism. You see what I'm saying? Whenever you got to be scared of, oh, I can't agree, I can't disagree, then yeah, that's some real murky water because then it could be that okay, now you can't say nothing. And that's
right.
what, the First Amendment was actually protecting, supposedly. But yeah, we got a voice now. They don't like it. So what they're trying to do is pay off the people who got the biggest audiences. So they say, oh,
Right.
you got a big audience? Okay, we're gonna give you some money to shut up, or we're gonna give you some money to say this and that. Like what's his name? Uh, what's the guy's name? The rapper. Uh, I can't even think of his name. The guy that be on Vlad TV all the time.
What is he known for? Like what
What
kind of
is his
rap?
name? Uh, just like regular, hood rap. What is his name? Is it Lil
Lil Wayne?
something or
Well, not Lil
not Lil
Nas, because
Wayne?
he's
Little Boosie. His name's Lil Boosie. Okay,
yeah.
like Little Boosie. Little Boosie was talking against the vaccine at first, and then they took his Instagram account. He
Yeah.
he came, he came back on the same. He did another interview. He said, "Yo, I'm willing to do." He was trying to hold a party. He was like $1,000 to whoever takes the vaccine. Man, if you took the vaccine, uh, we got a raffle that you can win 1,000. So he put this whole narrative just to get that Instagram account back. So yeah, this is what we're seeing now. And people scared. You know what I mean? They're scared that I'll say what Massa tell me. I'm gonna lose my star. I'm gonna lose my little check mark or whatever it is. These little uh, incentives to keep people trapped. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you,
Oh, if you don't tell the truth, you keep your little badge.
yeah. Let me tell you, there's a guy who I knew. We weren't close like that. Um, he's a younger guy, and he was hothead, you could say, and he was a hothead. He sold weed in America, and he had lots of plans to do things out here. Right? I'm only going to say but so much. But he was a
Mhm.
hothead, very opinionated. He would get mad real quick, and he's a slender guy, a little more than half my age. I'm almost 60, like 32, 33, 34 maybe. A lot of other things going on that I can't really say right now, not because I'm scared, but no, it's not like that. But I'm in position. And he
Right.
came back to a spot where I was, I'll say it that way. And he knows darn well what I do. And he's Mike, and I say, hey, man, let's do a little something. I'm always trying to convince somebody to talk. And he knew everything about marijuana, right? And he broke it down. And it was a lot of good knowledge. He spoke about how bad the artificial weed was, how it's like worse than crack. I mean, I hit you right away, but over time, and how in America, there weren't too many places where you can get the real stuff. There are, but you have to grow it yourself, right? And he had some issues with individuals out here. He came to Ghana. We found him dead. He was dead last year. They say it was malaria. Malaria hits you, you know you have it, you know you go get something done. I had it really bad. I almost died. It's not going to knock you off right away. You're going to feel real bad, and different people, different ways.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
They have over-the-counter thing in the pharmacy. There's pharmacies all over the place. Like every other block has a pharmacy, and they're more knowledgeable. And the things they sell here over the counter are much stronger in certain categories than what they'll sell in America. You see, and there's certain things they won't sell things here to, like, you want something to put you to sleep. They're not gonna do it. Oh no, we can't do this, against the law. You know, but you can go get a nighttime formula and get it. But I'm saying it to say this. It really hit me as to why, and I had my reasons. I know a little something. And today, earlier again, YouTube contacted me and let me know that that particular episode was taken down. I got a bone to pick with them. They say that it was made to be age restricted, which means all it is that when you hit that video, something pops up and says, hey, this is adult-like content. This is age-restricted content. You have to ensure by clicking this button, kids are going to click it, right? But click button to prove that you swear that you're over 18 years old. That's what it is. So I went and checked. And from my end, they said the video was private. So I went inside my dashboard on YouTube and looked at the private videos. Because there's some that are risque that I still hold on to, right? It wasn't there. So I clicked onto the link in the email. The video is not available. They really took it down. They didn't want that video out for the information that was in there. And I'm thinking he really told about the United States government, how it works in Jamaica and throughout the Caribbean, different countries, how they deal and go around laws and what they're doing now to make the weed something so destructive to our minds. In the science of growing it and how to look for. This guy was a genius with this thing. I mean, the people I've heard that they kind of know stuff. This guy, he went in and he comes out to Ghana. In less than a year, he turns up dead. And they take this video down. I'm gonna fight like back. Because that is one that I didn't put up on the other platforms. That you don't have, there was no visual, there's just a banner that I created, right? You have to have something to see on YouTube. On the other audio platforms, you don't need that. You see information.
Right.
I need my material back, because it was a brilliant, although I don't smoke or anything like that, that was a brilliant educational segment on that from somebody who knew their stuff from birth. When you see it and how it looks and what it means, and he went through everything. If you hear that, wow. I'm not saying you want to go smoke, but you can be a person who is very knowledgeable in that, because he gave up knowledge that probably only other people who are getting into that business now have. They didn't want that information out, because this guy came up from knowing all of this stuff, and it wasn't anything else that he knew, but he knew his weed. Now he's dead. Young man.
They said it was malaria. Because I was saying I never knew that you had a little bit of it. I didn't know.
When I'm back in 2019, for my first trip here, which was April 25th to May 13th, roughly 3 weeks. And of course, when I travel and go up in the air, I really don't tell anybody. It's not like I'm not trying to hold anything back. Yeah. You just got to be careful.
No, that's called being wise. It's called being wise. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I know the agencies in United States that watch, because look, all these years I've been doing stuff and having guests come on. Even the stuff we're talking now, certain people don't like it. We don't know that. There's at least 5 agencies that watch me. And when you come out here, it doesn't mean they don't do that anyway, too. And I've been giving information. You know, there have been people who have flown out here, who flew out here, going around trying to find out where I live. People flew out here. They came on the show, but they didn't say, they said it, but they didn't call me directly. But why you want to find out where I live? You know what I mean? And other people who I've dealt with on the show, got with them, called me up, hey, let's do a video. I say, okay, I'm not doing anything. I don't see this person at a time. I flew out to meet and here, boom, here comes this guy. Like, why couldn't you tell me? Like, look, if I'm coming to meet you, Ison, somewhere, regardless, and you say, Lance, me and you gonna get together, man, we're gonna go to the mall, we're gonna sit down and have some lunch, and we're gonna talk about some business, right? And okay, cool. If I'm coming to you and we agreed on that, I'm not bringing nobody else. Unless say, hey man, I got a buddy with me. Is it all right if I bring them? Because you might want to tell me something in private and it may not be that flow. That's number one. Somebody who's asking about me, going around everybody else, where does he live? And where does this one live? And whatever, and all kind of questions. And 2 or 3 months before that, you were crying how broke you were, that you didn't have any money. But yet and still you find yourself out here in a nice hotel, and to spend you out here for weeks asking about me. I don't understand. There's been a lot of fun business out here, because just like when Malcolm X said, when he went to Mecca, when he traveled abroad, it was always like either FBI, CIA, white men. They didn't know how to get a black person to infiltrate. But always at a distance with some people. And I'm not saying I'm on that level, y'all. All I'm saying is that they hate when you get away, and they hate when you have the stick-to-itiveness to speak a certain way. I come on here every day now, like weekends are every day now. That's on my mind every day. I mean, I even upload all the 10 million stuff, but this here is going to be every day. And they don't like it. And you'll find that there's funny business out here, like Malcolm X said when they were saying that it's easier to get him off him in another country than in America and make it seem like something else, you know? And they're just reasons why we have certain ideologies and a little bit of influence. They don't like it. And you're free, and they don't like it. So you got to be careful every step of the way, because this is no joke. This is their platform for propaganda, to put certain things out there. How dare you speak against it? How dare you become a living, breathing, independent person, showing that you're doing the damn thing without their help, without asking them anything, and still speaking the way you do, because I spoke the way I did in America. I didn't hold back. I'm not holding back here, you know? And then you realize what's around you. You have entities that roll with you or have rolled with you. You think they're real, and they gone, and they show their ass, and now you know what it is. And I know what all is around me. And that's why I keep a tight ship. Like one person here to mention about their circle being so small. I always say, keep your circle small. And she said, oh, my circle is a dot. That's funny. It doesn't mean like you're on some paranoia, whatever, but just have to be careful. Even if you have your face out, regardless, when you know something and you have a certain voice, you got to be careful who you let in your inner circle, because people will come and roll with you for 3 and 4 and 5 years, 10 years, and really show what they're all about to stop you from doing what you're doing, you know, and where you're going, your trajectory. I'm not out here trying to do this. This is how I live. If you know me from before, back in the 90s, the 80s, and the late 70s, I always knew stuff from young from my parents, but it started clicking. And I was always that odd guy who challenged the system and always thought outside the box. And now here I am. And there's some people now who didn't know certain things. They know certain things. They say, oh man, Lance, you were on it way back then. I thought you were crazy. Not that I know everything. No, I'm learning too as we go along, just like everybody else. But that's what it's all about. There's a lot of funny business that has happened around me. And that's why I'm very determined to move a certain way and continue to do what I do. Sorry, brother. Go ahead.
No, that's a fact. You have to be smart. It's just a fact that because we're not as trained or knowledgeable on how to move, we don't understand that you don't announce everything you do, right? You know, it's like I say, a lot of it's innocuous with people. But for instance, all the black groups that were formed, you know, like Black Panthers, etc., they all got infiltrated because we announced everything we're doing. And that's not smart. I'm talking about from a strategy of someone trying to, you know what I mean, attack you. Like we forget that we're under attack in America. And when you forget that you're under attack, you are in a world of trouble. You know what I mean? So in that aspect, look at like when you look at like if you're playing a game of chess, right? Game of chess is warfare. It's one side trying to subdue or overcome the other side through strategy, through tactics. So if you play the game of chess thinking it's a friendly game, you already got the wrong idea. Also, it'd be like this. Imagine you playing chess and everything that you get ready to, before you make a move, you announce it. How successful would you be if every time, you know, you say, hey, okay, you see that piece over there? I'm going to jump. I'm about to jump your piece right there. And then I'm going to wait. And when you move that over there, then I'm going to move this piece. Okay, you just gave them. You think they're going to, now they what you want to. So that's what I'm saying. Like, we got to understand that everything, all your moves, you can't let the left hand know what the right hand is doing all the time. That's what they meant by saying. It's saying that your enemy, keep your enemies closer than your friends. Because of this, you got to know what somebody's doing if they know what you're doing. Otherwise, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a sitting duck. So, yeah, we need to stop announcing everything. There's nothing wrong with that. We're honest people. You know, we talk openly, but in certain instances, that's not very bright to do. You know what I'm saying? To announce all your moves. Because they sure aren't announcing their moves. And like I said, they study us. We don't study them. We live in our lives. They watching our lives. It's two different things. They got a whole branch in psychology just on studying black people. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, just think about that though, in the aspect of like a psycho type of person or a culture where you're studying a living person, what they do. Like, oh, do they eat this? Do they do that? Do they like, you know, this is the real reality. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with not announcing your moves, man. That's actually very smart. You know, you tell your enemy where you're going, he can beat you to the house.
Right.
Well,
yeah, I always
like
do.
Red Riding Hood.
Like, even in the United States when I was there, I would go play. Look, I would take it to the limit because it was like toward the end, there was a lot of funny business going on. I didn't run. Like, oh, you ran. I didn't leave because of that, because the plans were already in place from years before, right? A year before. But I'm glad that was one of the benefits, but it doesn't mean it can't happen out here, because you have people who come out here and just like Umar Johnson said, they'll try to get you one way or the other. You know, they'll try to get you through the women, right? Who say that they won't send somebody out to you, HIV positive and throw it on you and get into you. You know what I mean? Like, your food, I can't eat for everybody out here. Anyway, I can't, you know, because there were people before I knew quite well that I found out. I don't want to say the agent word, but they were compromised. They were highly reputable to the world. They've been on the show. And they were, once they heard that I was planning on leaving, they were calling me up. I can say it wasn't at our house. We sold our house. We were with, I was with in-laws. They were calling, man, I want to bring this type of food. I don't want to say what it is, whatever it was. It's something nice, you know. I want to bring this to you, man. I got this for you. You know, we baked it and we want to bring it to you, man. Where are you? You know, and all of a sudden, people who weren't ever interested in what I did wanted to meet up with me to see the process of what I do. This is strange. There was a dude, and I could tell it now. We were in Sanford, Florida, right? It had this big lake over there. I used to walk over there and videos. Used to see the water behind me. And there was a guy that every time I drove past a certain street 3 blocks away, which I stopped doing, here he comes with this little dog. It was a black man, probably like in his 60s, he was slender, he was well kept. And he would always find me and start talking to me and asking me questions. It was like weird, like clockwork. We would see this dude. A lot of little things that were strange. I had gotten into an accident on my bus. I haven't caused an accident in my whole career of driving, but personally or professionally. I'm not saying I'm that good, but I'm that good. Right? It wasn't my fault.
Yes,
right? The cops came. It wasn't my fault. The guy was drunk. He hit my bus. The bus company I was working for blamed me and gave me all these violations. I'm like, oh, something's with this. Time for me to soon get out of here. And a lot of other things in the street. Guys I knew that were locked up and they're like, Lance, man, be careful of this. They let me in. I'm not doing nothing. So, okay. This is further reason why. Not because I'm scared. No. It was confirmation.
You gotta watch.
Yeah.
No, you have to watch, man. Yeah.
Right.
And then like when you do something, see, they don't like when you go somewhere and they're not calculating that. They're like, wait, hold on, you moved over here. Damn, we expected you to
right.
You know what I'm saying?
For a curve.
And like, big, yeah, they like what? Okay. You know?
Right. No,
that's why I play the way I play.
That's right. It was like, they're like, you moving where? I mean, it was like I was going to tell everything. But it's sometimes when you're signing papers and stuff and all that stuff, they were like, what? How are you going to live?
Africa is huge.
And they had, right, and they have all their stereotypes also going on with it. And they were like so bedazzled. But these were people who were plotting against me on that level. Don't worry about it. I'm okay. I'll eat. You know what I mean? I'll be okay. The rain won't rain on me. You know what I mean? I threw him for a whole lot. And that's why I'm even here. And I can say it when LanceScurv's father passed away and, we sat down and we said, you know what? It's better to stay, not just money wise, but, get some other business to take care of out there. And it was a good decision. But even there, being here by myself, there are people knocking on my door, mini skirts and titties all hanging out and come in and spend time with you. And I'm like, how do you know that? You know what I mean? I'm here by myself, And so look at those videos back in them days, man, I was pale. I wasn't even getting the sun. I might leave out of the apartment like once every 6 days, 7 days, get all the food I need, and I'm in here. I can go out on the balcony, go up on the roof, but I stay because if I went out somewhere videotaping somewhere far away, like I used to, and something happened to me, who's gonna know? I'm just gone. You'll just see like, damn, Scurv ain't put up nothing for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. What's going on with him? Where is he? Could have been to the crocodiles. Who knows? But like I say,
right.
It's not paranoid because I feel freer than ever before. And for me, I'm free. And because of that sense of freedom and relaxation, LanceScurv is back safely. Anybody comes at me any kind of way, they better fear, because I have no reservations from preserving my life. I have a work to do, and I'm not going for it. The funniest movement or whatever, as calm as I am, I could jump. You know what I mean? So it ain't gonna be no poisoning, no nut this or that, no wind. But if you come at me a certain, there's little movements that have been happening too. There was a time when she first left and I would leave. And these are some heavy duty doors. Somebody had tried to jam and pull back. You can't do that with these doors because they got bolts that go on the side, bolts that go on the top, bolts that go on the bottom. They should know that. But it was definite. The landlord came and said, man, they're trying to break in your family. How do you know when I'm in here or not? The spiritual stuff, the panties left on the doorknob, the red shoes left, still those shoes left. I ran out for 25 minutes, man, and came back real quick, man. They were these real high heel red. It was a woman. It was some woman thing, whatever have you, but strange.
A woman in the red dress.
Oh, right. But no, it's just red shoes.
No, I'm saying.
Yeah. put it in front of your door.
Woman in the red shoes. I mean? Nah, but you do have to watch yourself, man.
Say it again?
Yeah, no, I'm serious because, yeah. No, I say, yeah, you got to watch yourself, man, because that's the type of stuff I'm saying. Like, they depend on us to be slipping. You know what I'm saying? To be slipping where they can throw something in there like what you're saying. But you protected, man. Because I had things like that happen to me. I had a guy, an Asian guy, come to my house. Right? Now, first of all, there ain't no Asian people in my neighborhood. I'm coming out of my car to come up the stairs. This was just like a few months ago, maybe about 3 or 4 months ago. I'm coming up the stairs. He stopping me as I'm like going up the stairs. I had some groceries in my hand. He's stopping me as I go up the stairs, talking about, hey, excuse me, I'm with the census. Now it's like about 8 o'clock at night, right? It's dark, visibly dark. But he says, hey, I'm like, what? I'm thinking like he's, the people with the electricity, where they want you to switch your electricity. I'm thinking it's something like that. Right. So, but I'm like, no, I'm good. And he's like, no, do you mind asking you a few questions? I said, no, man. I said, I'm good. I said, no, I'm not interested. So he stood there, like he didn't walk away. And he kept trying to talk to me. So I went up the stairs. I said, oh, no. So I closed the door, and then I opened it back up. He was still standing there, and he's still trying to talk to me. He's like, hey, what happened to this house on the next block? I said, bro, you're real suspicious, bro. I said, and he had a laptop in his hand. He had a little small laptop, and he was wearing a like this little small hat. And I'm like, bro, you're not doing the census. I'm like, first of all, it's not that time of the year. And secondly, it's nighttime. And I don't see you going to nobody else's house. So that right there got me on alert. And I was like, yo, what kind of shit is that you want to ask me questions? You got a laptop stopping me as I'm going up the stairs like you were waiting for me to. So, yeah, you just got to. I'm just saying, it's nothing wrong with being paranoid. Listen, it's better to be paranoid and be wrong than to be not paranoid and be right.
That's right.
When they, come in for you. So, no, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. They try to trick us to make us put our guard down, man. Forget that, man.
I am now, knowing all those things, that he's not going around to any other house. It's at nighttime. He's talking like he's from the census.
Yeah.
In the neighborhood, Asians don't usually roll like that. They don't care about those things. And I would have let me tell you something. I would have said, listen, you call the cops right now. I would have snatched that laptop out of his hand and started looking through it. You know what I mean? Like, what is this all about? You think I'm stupid? You know what I mean? You think I'm stupid? I've had people park down the block from my house in Orlando, and wait, like they're watching something. And it's not cars that were supposed to be there. I've had people follow me. And I'm not on some paranoid, I try to think is this just me thinking this?
No, you got to watch. Yeah.
From the internet, like what you say. And I reveal a lot, but don't think I'm going to be a sitting duck. I'll get down with some action right away. I know I might be 60 in a few weeks, but you better wait by 85 before you think you can even come on me. I don't care. I'm going to do you before you do me. I'm going to get you first if you do it that way. You know what I mean? And you have to. You have to be your own security. You have to protect your own self. Protect your family.
You have to, bro. Yes, sir. That's just called being smart.
And
because this is the thing.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, it's a delay. No, go ahead. My bad. It's a delay.
No problem. No, because, we had a home that we're building. We got broken into. It was secure, except that one of the windows in my studio in the basement on the floor, I left it cracked so there could be ventilation. But that's way up in the mountains, man. Ain't nobody walking around up there. But somebody had to be somebody who was working on it before, came back up and saw that window behind the bars, so they used a crowbar and pulled it back, got in. And it wasn't just that they stole some things, right? There's still some valuable things we had stored away. They had to crowbar another open and get some things, but that's okay because they can be replaced. I thought to myself, I said, did they just go up there to steal stuff, or did they go up there to plant something in the walls or something where they can surveil you? You know what I mean? Because folks know what I'm planning on doing when I go up there. You talk content now. There'll be content out the yin yang. I was like, push a button here, blah, blah, blah. Hit this, everything will be in place. Boom, 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 bah. You know what I mean? Without even killing myself. But what I'm saying is that, like, you got to think of the motives and everything, and people can be extremely envious and go all out. You don't know. I'm gonna tell you something. I have not told what we went through out here. You wouldn't believe it. You would not believe it. You think people have integrity in there?
How long has it been now? It's been, because this 2023. It's been like what, at least is it like 3 years now? How long been up there?
Yeah, we're going on 3 years. We dropped down September 16th.
Wow.
2020. A lot of bullshit started happening early 2021. And then the next year, which was last year, LanceScurv's father passed away. So it's been different things. So we had to move a certain way, do certain things a certain way. I ain't going for it. I don't trust none of the people out here. They show their ass hard. And I told you, you know, but
yeah,
it's funny because it makes you think, because when I came back in May, it was April to May in 2019, we had that malaria really bad, really, really bad. And people that live out here said, man, you came out here for a short period of time. How did you get that? And now I'm thinking about certain instances. I was in the hotel and my door was open. I was speaking to somebody in that doorway who proved to be one of them fake ass people. It was like, did they have some kind of, I'm thinking like, you release this thing in my room and I say good night and you close the door and I'm sleeping because, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't sleep with a winter coat on. I was by myself. Mr. SCURV didn't come on that trip out. Butt ass naked, just sleeping, but I got bit up by a lot of mosquitoes. And the odds that every mosquito doesn't have malaria. And then I found out about what was going on with the Department of Defense, and the House of Representatives at that time had inquired, why do they have weaponized ticks? Why do they have weaponized ticks? And when I came back and realized I had a malaria and went to the doctor, he was like, yo, not only do you have, malaria, we're going to take care of that, but you also got a fresh dose of Lyme's disease. So I have that, right? So how did I get that? I walk around out in the woods and wild, but really and truly weaponized ticks, government, insincere people who really, to me, are agents. They come around you in a certain way anyway by default. It's strange, man. I almost died. And the doctor said, I'll get up off of it again. It's like, in the 25 years I've been practicing, I've never seen anything like this. It's not because you took care of yourself for your life. I mean, it's not like when I was in bodybuilding, I was eating strict and doing stuff. I ate some things now. I live my life, but I live very clean. I treat myself pretty good every now. Mrs. makes some things to me.
Nah, you protect it, man.
Oh, and
you protect it. It's to do the work. That's what I'm saying. No. When you doing your path, there's gonna be things that assist you.
I'm not cocky with it. I know it, but it's like, okay, you got security, but you keeping your eyes open to everybody who comes to the door too. You know what I mean? But I know that. That's why I don't move with any. I don't move with any fear. And it was always about the platform. Those who are around me were doing little things to just break it down, just to make me stop it, to sabotage you and all. Just why are people mad at what I do on this platform? Who's supposed to be in your corner? I learned a lot. I learned a whole lot. Right. And I saw red flags and stuff like that. Ooh, if you really know the story, oh man, be surprised. And a lot of smear campaigns.
I can imagine. I can't imagine.
Yeah, the smear campaigns, on me and Mrs. SCURV out here. Oh, don't go around them. They're evil people. Out of the mouth of one you wouldn't even believe. Really and truly. But see me, I'm used to put start doing my work every day. I got to do something every single day. I got to do something to what I'm supposed to do. I don't know. I'm not, again, I'm gonna shut up after this. I don't do this for I'm just driven to we have these discussions and I write my little articles. I'm saying, I got $1 million this year. It's not money driven. It's just something I have to do. And I know that I have to really shoot straight now and grind down with what we're going to have fun. We're going to tell jokes. We're going to tell some dirty jokes. But, that's the covering so they don't, that's the smoke screen. But, to allow them.
Yeah.
We're going to still have fun.
Yeah. That's a fact.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll say it. You're right, Real Reality. Something was done to me. Something was done to me more on a multiple level because anybody can get sick. But like I said, when I saw that hole up on the wall behind me in the bed that night before I really started to come back, because it was 5 days, you go from 240 pounds to 214 pounds in 5 days. I sweat a lot. I got a lot of lights on me, right? So I wipe my face so much, but you lose 26 pounds in 5 days? Can a top athlete do that? Taking diuretics and running and training? I was out. Liver, kidney working at 35%, 40-something%, going on the bathroom myself, just delirious. I had no balance all across the floor. It wasn't like, my balance is compromised. No, I had no balance. I'll just say it this way. You go out, you piss, and it's like syrup.
Wow.
Yeah, it looks like blood. I mean, it had a lot of the elements of blood in it. I was out, man. Even a month after that, I couldn't function. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't even eat. Now brother.
And I'm glad you're back. Right.
Man.
No, I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're back because I felt like it was something.
Yeah, it was more than
malaria.
It is more than just that. But I don't want to come off like I'm some like either paranoid or thinking more of myself, like I'm this great guy that somebody has to just. But there's a lot. When you see somebody who is of age, who doesn't stop, they've done all the tricks to bring down the platform. There've been times I've had to go into overdraft protection, me with a good job, and just to keep things going, and other things happen, and you're like, it's this crucial point. Little things happen with your accounts. I'm like, well, let it go. I'm paying for this, whatever. And you got your finances right, but every angle of something, confusion coming your way, and it's not anything with me and Mr. SCURV. It's always from the external, and I get more determined. Nosy ass people who smile your face, and to the closest ones that you've seen me on this platform before, who are frauds. You see what I mean? Like we say, global deception, just deception. People hate you while acting like there's so much in your corner to the utmost. So I say, you know what? I'm gonna keep on stepping. Ain't stop what I'm doing. And now your life is in mayhem now, even though you front. And I'm still here. And I have the resolve. I really, I like the donations to help me with the things that I have to do because I have equipment, but I will work it. It's not like I want to sit around luxurious and whatever. It's not easy. I grind. I don't care if I had a studio in a building that's 50 stories high and a staff of 1,000 people. I'm going to grind. That's the old school work ethic. Right. See, the computer have spell check. I am my own spell check. I placed second in 3 or 4 spelling bees in elementary school. I'm not a dummy. I will write with a pencil and a pen on paper. So I'm not a product of this time where he uses all these things. No. They don't want you thinking right. They want to just wipe you out because they either know where you're going. So even if you're on a little level of what you do, never give up. You always stick right there with what you're doing, and you never give up. There's a purpose for you. I didn't know in 2000 when I said, okay, I just learned how to put the computer on. And I said, I'm going to start drawing little pictures and sharing. I didn't know. But the one thing I did say, I'm going to be me. I'm going to be me, and I'm going to be authentic. I'm not going to be one of these internet creations, you know, that I'm trying to be something I'm not. Well, I can put on and entertain y'all or whatever, but at the core, this is who I am. I ain't changing. I'm going to be who I am, and I don't care. And little things have come my way, you know, Lance, if you're kind of like when that whole CNN thing with Cosmo and
I remember that. Yeah.
With them, man, they had to prepare for that for a while. I mean, like 2 days notice, but that day, and Dr. Drew sat down right there for an hour before he had a person give him a massage, and me and him would talk. Hey, Lance, so I hear this and I hear that. You run this social media platform. How many people do you have working with you? Like about 15? I said, no, it's just me and my wife, and I don't cook, so she's the one who cooks. I do all of this myself, basically, but we work together, you know. And they said, listen, you know, if we find your answers favorable, we like your work ethic. There are a few things that we may have to discuss to kind of iron out your image. If that can be done and we find what you say favorable, we'd like to have you on more. And that can mean so much for the growth of your platform. So translation, if you a nigga coon for us and give us the right coon answers and tap dance right, on and build you into some little, because you know how they have little bloggers and stuff they always go back to on these platforms. They're not part of the CNN or headline news, but they go back to that time and they have up, you know, nah. If I was still black, but Republican or right wing in my ideologies and echoing everything they want you to say, what? LanceScurv have like 15 million followers. I'd be on TV every night, all this stuff. And they were letting me know that. And so that night when they said that, I spoke about being a revolutionary, a black revolutionary just like me. That's why they switched it up on me that day.
Yeah, they did. I saw that. And the way that they asked the question was suspect anyway. He gonna ask you, oh, how many people is with your operation? That sounds like some op shit. Like, I'm gonna be real. How you gonna ask somebody how many of y'all is it? Like how many of y'all are like, forget that, man. So if it costs your freedom of speech, it costs too much.
That's right. Right before, after he asked me that, you know, they asked me that that was the people, and then I got to be Dr. Drew the next day before the show. But that night after I spoke to CNN's people, and they were so impressed. I don't know, like, oh, we can mold him into be the ultimate coon. No, I'm too old for that, man. I need money too, but no, I'm not going into my, whether it's a grave or whatever happened, or go out in the woods and don't find me. No, I'm not transitioning knowing that I did that and compromised, man. I would erase everything. I got enough stuff to work on within myself to go out and sell out like that. No, I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? So that night before, I spoke about Cosmo being a freedom fighter. And that was one of the questions that Dr. Drew asked me in the show, because they only cut me off like after a minute and a half. I was supposed to have 8-9 minutes with them about different aspects of his life and giving a detailed account of my connection to him. And it was like, so he referred to himself as a freedom fighter. Lance, what does he mean? I'm supposed to be like, I can't answer it. I told it. Ask me it. I'm gonna answer it back. You know what I mean? He was concerned about the welfare and health of his people. The racism. This country's divided.
You know, I can't find that.
No, you can't. I couldn't find it. They would but you can't find it nowhere else on my channel. Because see what Dr. Drew and
I can't find that interview. Right.
No, it's on my channel. It's on LanceScurv.
No, I'm talking about the whole. I'm talking about the whole interview. Okay. Okay.
We're talking to Tariq Nasheed. He was there. He wasn't with me, right? But they did a segment with him, and they had that it was with him carry over. And I mentioned him, and that's when they cut me, because all in my hands they were, okay, we can cut him now, and I had to cut that out.
Right.
I started a couple.
They're like, oh, we ain't got to out. We can't control them. Yeah, let it. Yep. All right. Cut transmission.
Right. I mean, right after I said, let me grab this clip. Even if they don't want me to have it, I'm gonna keep it in my download my possession. They ain't put it up on their Facebook. They didn't put it up on their Twitter because every time they'd have an interview, they put it up immediately or a segment immediately with, with those different platforms. I looked, it wasn't there. The only thing CNN kept was a transcript written out. I think legally they have to have that, but I couldn't find it. So I kept searching. So I went to some knockoff YouTube platforms, like some stuff that out in India, out in whatever, Singapore, whatever, and they just collect these things, right? And I found it. I was like, and I know how to snatch stuff. So I downloaded it. So but what they did, they erased me off for their stuff so much they can't claim it. So I put it up as mine. What are they gonna do? Say it's a copyright strike? How? You don't have it, erased it. You didn't want me on there after a while.
Oh, I hope you know all news can be used because it's considered a public domain.
Right.
You know that?
Right.
All news. I'm talking about broadcast news. Yeah, you could use clips and stuff. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But they can
that's
keep
crazy.
You off keep you off of that. I mean, you might be able to use it or if they destroy it, but I got it quick. So I had people from like 2nd and 3rd grade like reaching out to me because they saw it like different parts of the world. I haven't seen you since 1971, 72. Like, oh man. You know what I mean? It was cool. But I know I'm on my own. And I know I have to fight these algorithms and stuff like that, but like they think I'm doing it for something they can discourage me or something. No, it's just something I do. Like breathing, going to the bathroom, brush my teeth, combing my hair. When I had some, I shave it now every day. But yeah, that's how I understand the rules of the game and I understand my role and what I do. When I start smashing the artwork, they can't stop that. That's a whole different thing. When Mr. SCURV comes on and speaks about health and garden, those are different things that will pull the platform more powerful in a well-rounded way. It's not just one guy cackling about conspiracies. We do a little walk and talks and stuff, well varied. That's the strategy. They can't stop the whole thing because there's a lot of good information that's going to be coming from.
That's right.
Especially with brothers like you coming on and breaking it down like you do. That's the deal.
No, I appreciate
what I'm gonna do?
Much respect.
I forgot to set up Positively Angela's show, which comes on in 43 minutes, right? I got to set up a link for her and give it to her. So I'm going to soon end in about 5 minutes, but we're not done. Brother, we can't make this go on so long. We got back on here. So since I know you didn't get everything off your chest yet, within the week, maybe a week or so, I'm not going to breathe down your back, but I want to have you back on, brother. And I guarantee this time I'll shut up because the things you were saying, and for those who just popped on late.
No, that's all good.
Yeah, you get me excited. No homo. But I'm just saying, that part, it was mentioned that earlier I was quiet, like I was deep in thought because it's captivating, man. What you're saying is captivating. And it's true.
No, fact.
Man, I got so much. I was looking at pennies and Roseville and a nickel and it's so much
symbols, man.
Symbols, yeah. Look, I'm gonna wrap it down in 5 minutes. I'm shutting up. Talk to us, brother.
Yeah, well, I was just touching on that, picking back up, but we just gotta put our women back in position. That's all I'm saying. Basically, because that's numero uno. Number one, if we could get that in order, we could get back together, and that's what they're trying to tear down. So just knowing that going forward, if you keep that in mind, they can't they can't throw us off. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm saying. That's been the tactic for the last at least 400 or 500 years has been tearing down the black and the melanated woman. So if we could put her back in place, you know what I'm saying? She gonna build us up.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So that's on that note. But yeah, this is a different world now because we have a voice and we're connected to the world. So it could be one message that is shared amongst the world in an instant that in 24 hours could change everything. So stay tuned. I mean, this is, like I said, as much as they announce all that stuff, it's also a change happening right in front of our face. So yeah, we just gotta just keep the unity. Put it like that. We gotta keep the unity and be quiet too, as far as what your plans are. Stop announcing all your plans. That's not smart. You know what I'm saying? We need to move. They say Lil Wayne say real G's move in silence like lasagna, right?
Right.
The G in lasagna is silent, but they saying let's be about it, right? Let's not talk about it all outwardly. Let's do it. So facts.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. See, this is how it worked out today. I called Brother Ison, check up on you and see how you're doing anyway. I said, hey, listen, I got a 10 o'clock, for me, 10 o'clock, 5 o'clock on the East Coast. Slot open. Let's chop it up. We didn't have to like, oh my God, what are we gonna? And he just, oh no, I don't know what I'm gonna say. But no, this is how we chop it up when we chop it up. I remember we had a phone conversation. I think it was back in 2021. It had to be. And long conversation. I was updating you on a lot of things we were going through. I said, man, that could have been a show. You know what I mean? Because when we flow, it's always genuine. So this was prepared for weeks and got the phone call about maybe an hour and a half before this show. Brother came on and look how he shared what was inside of him, which was phenomenal, right? And this is what I like. I love it like this, impromptu. I'm like a fireman. You don't know when the fire is going to come. You fast asleep and bing, you go. You put the fire out. So I live this, whether it's a walk and talk or it's a SCURV in the kitchen, the garden, or whatever. I just share what comes my way, real and authentic, and not always staged or planned. There are times when we do have to have people that I got busy. Let's do it on Thursday at this time, fine. But a lot of the stuff comes from the heart when we speak about things every single day. So my brother, I want to thank you. I got to actually get to work to get Positively Angela her link. And send her banner. Yes, always, man.
Yeah.
Within a week, I'll give you a break. I know I was running my mouth too much, but I want to hear from you, and I want us to continue on. And even in the comment section of this particular show and any show we've done, I get every single comment off of every video. I don't care if it's 10 years old. It pops up in my phone. I have an app for that. So on this show, if you have a question for Brother Ison or something you want to inquire about or go further about, we'll look at it. I'll make sure to remember it. And the next time he comes on, we'll address those things, And like I said, if you want to see all the other shows that we've done, go to the LanceScurv app. You can get it at the Google Play Store, the Apple Store, Amazon. Look, LanceScurv, search that, pull up the app, and Brother Ison has his own little tab on it that says Ison. Click on that, and you'll hear all the spectacular shows and revelations that he shared on the other shows all in one spot, and you can knock yourself out. So, brother, you have people, slamming that content and binge watching your videos tonight.
It's all good, man. Like I said, you that's what make your platform real, though. As far as that, and you've continued to stay genuine. That's the whole point. Because there's some people, once you get to a certain point, it becomes watered down. It becomes filtered. You know what I'm saying? Because the YouTube money is good, whatever. So I'm just glad that you still in it for the truth, not because I've seen we've seen it. We've seen when people blow up, and all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, they ain't talking about that. What happened? So yeah.
For me, the YouTube money ain't good for the amount of work I put in. You be like that. You doing it just for that? You all them hours every day, just that every month? Trust me. I had one show when I'll hold up, show you like this is what
they know.
Like, SCURV, that's all you get. But some people want to believe that I'm getting all this money. He built a house off of equity and all of that for my life. Come on, man. Don't I deserve that? Just because I don't look all the way 60, I feel it sometimes. I think I deserve to benefit from what I've earned all my life in that system in America. This is what I get here. If I can just make the platform run itself, that's fine. But this comes from the heart. Nothing else except the heart. no scheme. I could do a whole lot more things to make money, to really make money. It's just a money thing.
That's right.
You know, you
right.
have to
what's the
decide.
price? No, I'm saying, what's the price of getting paid? But then they lock you up. They lock up what you can say.
Right.
And all that. That to me, that's too much. That's too much.
Right. Yep. You know, you have to decide when you get to a certain junction point in life what you are all about, what you're going to stand on. Whether people agree with it or not, you got to make up your mind and roll it to the end. You know what I mean? Whether you think you're going to get acknowledged by the world or not, it's not a fame thing. I could do things to be famous. There's a lot of things I know to do that I could do. You know what I mean? I love this and just somebody's life in a little way, then I did my job. Even after I'm going on for this earth, if these videos still exist, you know, they're out there, you know, it is what it is. We have to pass stuff on. Great people have passed on information to me, buddies of mine, older folks, and whatever they're going now. But everything that they fed into me, I honor them by keeping it alive and practicing it that way and just in that way and passing things on. I was at a little restaurant earlier when I went up to the mall, and I stopped by and got a little vegetable wrap. Mrs. SCURV was like, I'm tired. I was in the sun all day. I may not do too much cooking. And she still did when I came back. But I said, I'm going to go up there and eat a little something. And when I did, there was the one who owns the place. She was speaking to the workers. There were like 3 guys and 1 girl who works in her little restaurant. I go there like frequently and whatnot. Sometimes I go up there and do my little internet work and feel the breeze and stuff like that. I've made deals up too. So she was talking to them about not worrying about things and being proactive in life and you know, just being proactive and going after things instead of worrying, oh, how am I going to pay the bills? Yes, you have to show concern. I jumped in the conversation. I said, yeah, you have to show concern certain things, but you can't worry. Worry is out of control. Show your concern in the day when you can. You can't do anything more to make a situation better. You must cut off because it's going to be there waiting for you the next day, right? Have a good night's sleep, have a good meal, enjoy an orgasm if you have to, whatever smokes your drawers. You can come back the next day after good night and just address this thing. But to be overwhelmed all day and all night, no. Be methodical and proactive. I told you, listen, I always say, everything that you see around you is a product of a thought. Somebody thought about it, right? And it wasn't that it manifested the first time. Maybe they tried it and they thought they failed, but it was a better step to go and pass certain things to make it better. So when you see it, when you see these computers, when you see the light, when you see a telephone pole, when you see everything somebody thought about, and they didn't do it and worry, oh, I can't do this. I can't, no, I'm going to give up. No. If I gave up the first time when I didn't learn how to do something on the computer 22 years ago when I first started, I wouldn't be here now. Every what you call problem, I call a challenge as a solution, right? And you have to take risk every time. If you're a boxer and you put your fists up and you throw your jab, well, guess what? All up under here is open. You throw your, you know, and that's why people tuck their shoulders and hide behind the shoulder and keep the chin down. You have to anticipate sometime you take a risk, something's coming back at you, but you can't win unless you take a risk. And it's not really a risk. You have to do it. You have to know what you do, know your plan, and go after it. So many people have tried to stop me ever since I come out here to the motherland, who are in my circle for me doing this out of ego. I want to be the one to whatever. His platform is going to die when I'm not on there. Well, I'm still here. What happened? How's it working out for you? Know what I mean? Don't mess with this. Don't mess with me. I'm real with this. I live this. Don't. Certain things you don't do. Some people fake and try to talk, and the wind blows, their whole structure falls down. This ain't going nowhere until the creator calls me out of here. Then y'all gonna find some stuff that I recorded from 5 years ago to upload 10. He dead, and he made a video talking about, yeah, I'm slick, I'm stupid like that. You'll be, Lance uploaded a video and he's out of here for 5 years. Let me run out of here, brother. Much love to you, man. I know it's a little delay. Did he fall off? Brother Ison, you still with me? Or maybe he got silent. Or maybe I've been running my mouth too much, right? And thank you all. Thank you all. I'm going to end this, Brother Ison, if you can hear, because I have to, because I only have enough time to get things straight to a point for her. and to get this thing set up. We're going to be back in 31 minutes, positively, Angela. I got to work my magic, and come back, but she'll be what you see. I'll be there running everything. I want to thank you all so much, and everything is going to be good. Everything's going to work out. Like I said, our best days, no matter what you're going through, our best days are ahead of us. Our best days are coming, and don't let anybody else tell you. You may have to go through some stuff, but the bottom line, we're gonna win. We're gonna be the winners at the end of the day. Believe that. Hit this music on. May play a song or two, but I got to get off to make this thing. Brother Ison, I know. Oh, I see he muted. I can't hear him. Thank you. I will talk to you tomorrow. Probably I'll give you a call tomorrow. We'll chop up some things if you're there. And we'll keep moving on. I really appreciate you taking the time to share your wisdom with us. Okay. Much love, brother. I look to you. Much love, everybody. 30 minutes, positively, Angela. We're gonna make it happen. Dragon, buffering.
Take it away, feeling too good to me. Chilling all day, all in your space is where I wanna be. Here in this room, what did you do? I just can't get enough. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you. I've been hanging by myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah, you always make me feel like home. Yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone. Yeah, you're the reason I'm going out my mind. I just can't stop thinking about you. crave when you're away. Nights are sleepless. Do we need space? Yeah, maybe a break. Boy, you're my weakness. Give and we take, the love that we make. It's my favorite drug. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you. I've been hanging by myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah, you always make me feel like home. Yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone. Yeah, you're the reason I'm going out my mind. I just can't stop thinking about you. You got me feeling some type of way. You make me wanna stay in all day. You're the reason I can't get out my head. I just can't stop thinking about you. 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 I just can't stop thinking about you.
John Hawkins showed up in our country, telling us of a land filled with luxury. He said, black man, follow me to America. There you'll find more gold for your labor. Our foreparents were tricked onto his boat. Since that time we've been wrestling with the goat. We landed here in Jamestown, Virginia, 400 years to suffer. So my friend, it's easy to tell. White man heaven is black man hell. When the slave master wanted to have some sport, he would heap on our parents cruelties of the worst sort. Burn them at stake, hang them on trees. His ears were deaf to our parents' pleas. Though you were pregnant, black woman, you pull the plow. Like a horse, like a dog, even a cow. He filled your womb with his wicked seed. His half-white children you were made to breed. Oh, my friend, it's easy to tell. White man heaven is a black man hell. So-called Negro, open up your eyes. Black man everywhere is on the rise. He has kicked the white man out of Asia, and he's going fast out of Africa with every ounce of strength and breath. His cry is, give us liberty or give us death. The whole black world has their eyes on you to see what the so-called Negro is going to do. So my friend, it's easy to tell, our unity will give the white man hell. God made a promise to Abraham, his seed would be stranger in a foreign land. They would suffer and be afflicted 400 years, but he would come, wipe away their tears. Our God and Savior, Allah has come. He has declared the white man's day is done. He has given us a divine messenger, one prophesied to come. His name is Elijah. We now can stand up the whole world to tell. Our God has come to give us heaven and take the devil into hell. Why are we called Negroes? Why are we deaf, dumb, and blind? Why is everybody making progress, yet we seem to be lagging so far behind? Why are we mistreated? Why are we in this condition, stripped of our names, our language, our culture, our God, and our religion? Here in America, all of our religious training has been gotten by the preacher. He has told us of a heaven way up in the sky that we can't enjoy now, but rather after we die. But all of the years that we're living, for us there's nothing but hell, pain, torture, and misgiving. Yet the Bible speaks of a heaven filled with material luxury, which the white man and the preacher has right here, so we see. So my friend, take it for what it's worth. Your heaven and your hell is right here on this earth. So let's take back into history, which rewards all research and tells us plainly. Before the white man gained entry to the East, he was living in the caves of Europe, a ravenous beast, eating juniper roots and eating flesh raw, till God sent Moses to civilize him and teach him the law. Then, following Marco Polo, an explorer, he gained entry into Asia and Africa. From China he took silk and gunpowder. From India he took jute, manganese, and rubber. He raped Africa of her diamonds and her gold. From the Mideast he took barrels of oil untold. Raping, robbing, and murdering everything in his path. The whole black world has tasted of the white man's wrath. So my friend, it's not hard to tell. A white man's heaven is a black man's hell. came to America, we were living in the East. By the Nile River, we were living in luxury, enjoying freedom, justice, and equality. We wore silken robes and slippers of gold. We were the wealthiest and the wisest people, I'm told. Now we are the poorest of the poor. Nobody wants us at their door. So my friend, it's easy to tell. White man heaven is black man hell. When the white man came to America, he told the Indian, I am your white brother. He said, red man, I'll treat you the best. Yet and still he pushed the Indian further west with his white woman and fire water. With tricks and lies he stole America. The original owner of this nation is cooped on a reservation. So my friend, it's easy to tell. White man heaven is black man hell. He needed someone to work the land. His back was too weak. He needed you, black man, so he commissioned Sir John Hawkins to commit the world's most grievous sin, to take a man who's born to be free and bring him down to slavery, to sell a man as merchandise. On his body put a price. Oh, my friend, it's easy to tell. White man heaven is black man hell.